Good evening all, how are we doing? Ahem, excuse me. Happy Monday, how's it going? It's all working, wonderful. We've all had a good weekend. I ended up having a bit more of a lie-in on Saturday than planned, so by the time I actually rolled out of bed, I was like, oh, really? That's the time? Oh dear, guess that video's not going to happen today then. So, yeah. My build ended up going today instead of Saturday, which was, yeah, one of those. I needed a lie-in anyway. Mind you, I probably screwed that all up the next couple of days, so, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, otherwise, had a reasonably chill weekend. I spent a lot of time playing with the shipbuilder in Starfield. Way more time than you'd think, considering the result. But we've got a shiny new ship that we're going to check out in a bit, and continue our journeys in. What else happened? Something else went on. No, I've forgotten. There was something else I was doing, but I've forgotten what it was. Yeah, anyway. Oh yeah, that was another cool thing. We got some awesome Fallout-related news today. In that, the Fallout TV series finally has a release date. It will be streaming in April next year. I forget what the exact day was, but I did a little short video on it, which went up about half an hour ago. So if you want to see what the exact date is, you check that. Or any social media, probably, because it's all over that as well. But yeah, that's very, very cool. Cannot wait to see that. If it's good, it could be very, very good. If it's not, I'll be very, very sad. But, yeah. They've done some good TV adaptations of games and stuff recently. The Last of Us, apparently, which I've yet to see. It's on Netflix, that one. I should have a look at that. And there's... maybe it wasn't on Netflix. I'll rummage around and find it anyway, eventually. And, yeah, obviously The Witcher and stuff, so hopefully there will be some cool stuff. How's it going, Tengu? Evening Rose? Yeah, doing good. Hope you're doing well, Tengu. I got 76 on PC. Nice. Get on making the jump. Well, usually got a bit more horsepower for it on PC. And yeah, it's a big jump. You basically have to start all over, so it kind of depends what you want to do, really. Yeah, anyway, the plan tonight is to continue on with the Crimson Fleet quest line. I think we're about 2/3 of the way through it, or so. I kind of get that vibe. And we have infiltrated the Crimson Fleet on behalf of UC Sistev, and we're working towards ingratiating ourselves in there and getting as much evidence to bring down their leadership in particular as possible. Meanwhile, we're doing that by assisting the Crimson Fleet to find Crix's legacy, which is some legacy left behind, some hidden treasure left behind by the founder of the Crimson Fleet about 100 years earlier. Turns out the legacy is actually the name of a ship that Crix supposedly knew where it was, maybe found, we don't know. It seems that the ship isn't gone down, we have discovered, after a lot of hunting around. That this ship went down near an EM-emitting planet, so Delgado, the leader of the fleet, has this theory that Crix, the original founder of the Crimson Fleet, would have found a way to get to the ship, in which case why would it still be there, I'm wondering. So his logic's getting a bit weird around there, but he thinks he's on to a way to, well, firstly find the ship. We need to use a piece of UC tech that we stole last time called a ComSpike, which will allow us to hopefully detect the ship's transponder, even though it's encrypted. And then we've got to get past and survive the EM radiation or just electromagnetic chaos coming off this planet in order to find the actual ship. So, yeah, that whole thing's going to be interesting. But we need a way past that electromagnetic field first, so that's the plan for today. So, yeah. Should be cool. All the while, we're going to try and bring down more and more members of the fleet. Ahem. Should be good. I hope. I'd have a gander at my... Ooh, hello. What's going on there? My... interesting. My new ship in a moment. Yeah. Right. That button. Odd delay there. Yeah, I potted around. Apart from building a new ship, I did a couple of other bits and pieces as well, but nothing particularly spectacular. I'm sure there was other stuff I did. 35, so I'm getting very close to a cool potential upgrade, I believe. What did it do? I think I tweaked some of my gear and stuff a little bit. But I'm now wondering. I can't remember. I can't remember if I did this after the last session or some other time. Oh, that was the other thing I did. Right, so while we're thinking about it, here is my shiny new ship. It's quite cool. It started out life as the Dagger, which is a very, very small demo ship. And I made it into a very, very large mixed ship. And like the core of it, most of it's Stroud Eklund stuff, but some of the Habs are Teo ones. I think the captain's cabin, which is over here, is a Teo one. I'm not sure what this one is. I think this might actually be a Deimos one, which is the workshop. And then this middle section, I think, is Stroud Eklund again. And then there's a weird mix of them all. And I had to take things apart and rebuild it multiple times, so it's cost me quite a lot of credits, like the better part of 500,000. It's Class B, as you can see over there. Decent jump range, it's pretty good. I've got pretty substantial shields on the thing now. Only 4 crew slots because I need to upgrade my skills if I want more. And I put I got 2 particle beams on the front. I put 2 EM weapons on there because apparently I could do that. And 2 missile launchers. So, yeah, it's going to thump reasonably hard, which is quite cool. Quite happy on the whole. It took me a while to kind of play around with a few bits to get the internals to work the way I wanted, because initially to get to the docker you had to come through here and then through the captain's cabin and then into a back room in order to get to the docker. I was like, that's stupid. I should either go through the workshop or should just go straight through, and I managed to set it up so it just goes straight through so I don't have to detour, which is cool. So yeah, we'll have a look at the inside of that in a bit. There's the big old engines. I actually initially, from the photos I put up of this on Instagram and stuff, had the engines up one sort of notch higher, so they sort of covered the back of the generator, I believe, and the grav drive there. The fact they're exposed on the outside is a bit weird, but there's not 1x1 versions of either the captain's cabin or the workshop, so you know, kind of had to do what I had to do, really. I could have stacked them in the middle, but then I've had issues with where the heck I put the docker. And I don't know. For now, this is what we're going to roll with. I will probably make some changes eventually when I get the chance to upgrade the engines maybe a little bit more, and we'll see. Hopefully we'll come up with some cool stuff. Be able to. I think I might have to eventually bump this up to a Class C, or bump a ship up to a Class C, because I've got a decent amount of carry capacity on this, but I want it to kind of do everything, which means I need big engines, which means a big power plant. So we'll see. Also, like the pips available are not really enough, so that means the power plant is not quite powerful enough for what I really need it for. On the other hand, I've got a whole load of cargo bays under here, another one around the back here. A lot of them are shielded, but not all of them. These 2 on the sides here are cargo bays as well, and the cockpit has a load of cargo space. I quite like these landing gear. They're quite cool in their style, and they basically just clip onto the bottom of things, which is a nice design feature. What I don't like is the way they kind of stick out a bit, because they're an annoying shape. And they're only one way around. They only face this direction, and they don't have a lot of thrust. So I've got, 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. I did put 6 in, but it wasn't enough to actually support the ship because it's heavy. And I had to put a couple of kind of ugly ones that have a bit more thrust and strength underneath here. They're kind of out of sight, so it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, it's not quite perfect, but it's not bad so far. We'll have a look at the inside in a bit. Anyway, at the end of the last session, we were due to go back to Delgado and discuss the outcome of getting the comm spike, and what we're going to do next, which I didn't do because we were coming into the weekend and I know I wouldn't remember by today. So let's go and do that now, shall we?
Here's earned their stripes, bleeding for the fleet.
Yeah, whatever. Stop bragging. Let's go and see Delgado.
I hope you're not wasting time on small talk when there are jobs to run.
Getting him to talk is proving difficult. There we go.
You not only brought us the comm spike, but an entire prototype UC ship.
We did.
Impressed, Rook. Very impressed.
Comspike built to the ship, don't really have a choice. Fleet could use some extra parts. Where's my ship? Well, I'm not going to go with that one because it kind of doesn't fit my having flying around and upgraded my ship and stuff. Didn't really have a choice. Let's play it cool. Thought the fleet could use some extra spare parts.
Yeah, nice try, Rook. We know you didn't
Great.
have a choice. Juan gave us the full rundown of your little smash and grab operation.
Yeah,
He's
smash
actually
anything.
pretty
A snuck.
pissed, in case you didn't notice. Claims you blew her cover.
If one doesn't like how things have gone, and she wants to bail on her share, that's her problem. Now, on to the business at hand.
He does not give a rat's,
Justin,
does
are
he?
you there?
Yep, I'm here, boss. What's up?
She probably should do,
How's it
actually.
going?
I already
But,
have two of my crew tearing
still.
the ship apart from one end to the other. Comm spike shouldn't be too tough to extract. I'm looking forward to seeing what those UC techs have been up to.
Keep me posted. All right. That leaves our electromagnetic atmosphere problem.
Yeah.
I think we've discovered a solution. There's a
That's
corporation
convenient.
in the city of Neon called Generdyne. They're responsible for the massive conduction grid that powers the city. We get our hands on their electrical absorption tech, and Jasmine swears she can tame it to handle Bannock 4.
Huh. Interesting. So I've got to go to Neon and get some tech that will allow me to absorb magnetic radiation, and then I should be able to survive, hopefully. How's it going now? Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, I wouldn't exactly describe my operation in last part as a smash and grab, more like a sneaky infiltration and then fool somebody into giving me what I wanted without having to smash for it. There you go. What's the conduction grid?
It's the giant shroud that covers the entire city. Big ugly thing that Generdyne uses to absorb lightning strikes. When you
Interesting.
arrive in Neon, I'm sure your contact will fill you in with all the boring details.
Okay, so go and knock out that based on a guess.
All we got. Now you are part of this job, so deal with it. Besides,
I didn't realise he was
I've done
wearing
nothing
so
to
much
question
blue.
Jasmine's talent.
Okay, looks like we'll be going to Neon a little sooner than I expected. I should probably have left this whole quest line for later, I guess, but it is what it is. We'll be fine.
You damn
I'm sure
right
Jazz
she
can do it.
My girl can piece together a jump engine with her eyes shut. Literally, I've seen her do it. Lost good money on that bet.
All right, let's not get carried away, neighbor. Now, why don't you give us the info on our Neon contact?
You get to meet up with the lovely Estelle Vincent.
Why do I get the feeling she's
had
not going to
her
be
deft
lovely?
Little fingers on the pulse of Neon for some time now. Whatever info you need, I guarantee she can get.
Estelle is one of the most reliable captains we have in the fleet. If I want something done, there's none of the typical bullshit. It gets done, and afterward, we all split the cash.
Well, that's true. That too, no, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get along fine, like part of us splitting the cash, just around... Yeah, well, he does seem to be implying a little bit that, you know, if you get stuff done without any issues, and he wishes I was doing the same.
You'll find I rarely imply things. In fact, I take pleasure in declaring my words straight to your goddamn face. Here is an example.
Fair enough.
I want you to do everything Estelle asks. Follow her instructions to the letter. She is valuable to the fleet. You piss her off and we lose her as a contact, you're going to be answering to me.
It sounds like she's a fleet captain
Technically,
operating in the
we
region of
already answered to
Neon,
you.
so...
Point taken.
And if you fail me here,
Touché.
you will not like the answers I give.
Estelle will be waiting at Madame Sauvage's place.
Sure, we'll
I'd
find
say
out.
don't keep her waiting. But chances are she won't mind. Girl loves her liquor.
And keep your eyes on the prize.
Who she does? She's a pirate.
Neon's one big distraction for people like us. So I want you focused. We are one step away from Quix's legacy, and we cannot afford any screw-ups.
Hey. We've got to head to Neon via the UC Vigilance in order to follow this pirate's instructions to get the technology that protects the city. I don't suppose the UC will give much of a crap about us breaking into places on Neon with it being Freestar. But also, from what I understand, I can now put the comm spike onto ships as a ship module.
You looking to start something? Because I'll finish it.
Wouldn't bet on it, buddy. I don't know if I want one, but I'm
Isa's sister is some hardcore mercenary. I wouldn't get on her bad side.
yeah, this should be an interesting scenario.
You've got stuff to smuggle. I've got the stuff to hide it.
Kind of wondering how they're going to, like, if the fleet's hitting the Freestar Collective, I don't suppose UC care much about that. Except for that it makes them stronger when they turn around and come to hit UC interests. So, I don't know, hopefully you can show them the value of taking an interest without actually, you know, violating any treaties.
Ship sir, if you want to stay under the radar, I've got just the thing.
What can you tell me about Bannock 4?
Bannock 4 is a ringed planet, uninhabitable, with heavy electromagnetic discharges that extend far beyond its exosphere. It would be impossible to land on the planet's surface. So our only hope is that the legacy is trapped within its ring.
Yeah, gotta hope. Tell me more about the production
wish.
grid.
That technology is Generdyne's pride and joy. They've kept it under wraps for, I don't know, 80 years maybe?
So this is going to
The
be
basic
easy
theory
then.
of lightning capture is no mystery. The real trick is equalizing the charge and storing it safely. Between you and me, I can't wait to get my hands on that data. Should be a hell of a read.
I'm sure it's going to be very, very dry and wordy.
No, but just remember, I don't work for free. I bet you would.
Alright, so... I don't know what's this, where we might find the comm spike, if anywhere. Equipment, there we go. Okay, there's actually some stuff that I wouldn't mind putting on here. Comm spike, gonna need that. Time to lock onto enemy ships is reduced, and weapons cost less to use in targeting mode. That's a interesting interpretation. I don't really want to put that on my ship right now, because the minute I do, everything's going to shove all the... Actually, I don't know if there's anything actually kicking around the inside of my ship right now. I'm not going to risk doing that right now. But we do need to put a whole bunch of stuff on the ship from here. Just to make darn sure that, you know, we can get past scans and do everything else we need to do. But hopefully I won't have to... I'll be able to do it off stream so that I don't have to sit there, like, emptying my cargo hold out of all the extra crap that it gets dumped in there every time you modify your ship.
Is Samina seeing anyone right now? The patience, I mean,
Alright, so, let's head on board.
Much fun as that was, it's good to be back.
So, there's our docker at the top. Now, and this is a companionway, but if we drop down below, I believe I put a storeroom down here. Basically the same, but a slightly different internal layout. And come into the main living quarters. Come around here. This is a Deimos workshop. I tried a few different ones out, didn't really like them that much. Still not completely sold on this one, but yeah, it looks like it has piled a whole load of stuff. Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, this is definitely better than the other options that were available. Oh, yeah, I picked up some crew. Apparently my torch is not illuminating this guy. This guy is, I think, an engineer of some kind, shields and something else specialist. But I picked up basically the 2 crew members that are available that have the highest skills available that are actually useful to me. So, yeah, that's quite cool. Cost me a few credits, but I was also able to talk them down to half price. So there's the other guy, I believe. That's a creepy smile. So if we go over this way, we have a Teo, I think it was, captain's quarters. And I really, really wish that the captain's quarters beds were marked as unusable for NPCs, because the only person who should be able to get into the captain's bed is somebody the captain's in a relationship with, or the captain. It's kind of annoying when you come back there and it's like, I'm going to have a nap. There's a fucking random NPC lying in my bed. Get out. Random crew member. But yeah, so that's that. Not quite sure why there are dumbbells kicking around. I'm sure there were 3 a second ago, so if I just kicked... Oh, I kicked one over there, that's okay. There we go. Sleep in space. Down there, incidentally. That's the landing bay out there. Here is a cockpit. I decided to put these guys in
how's it going?
flight suits.
Well,
Just kind of demark them as ordinary crew.
Sure, I would be happy to chat.
Which is quite cool. So, UC Vigilance is our next stop. There's a couple of things I'm not completely sold on the Stroud Eklund cockpits. Not quite into the whole kind of massive plastic thing going on around here, but it's not that bad either. I can only turn my head so far, apparently, which is a bit annoying. Especially as there's actually windows around that will be quite useful to see out of. Either this whole seat needs to be a lot closer to that front windscreen, or I need to be able to turn my head further, because actually flying this ship from there is going to be difficult.
whatever you need.
Because I'm not going to be able to see very much. You see, like this whole window here, I can't see that from the pilot's chair. So my field of vision is limited to about where that dotted line is. So that's kind of annoying. Same on that side. Also, there's windows up here that would be useful to be able to see out of, but I can't.
You missed me.
I also put a porthole on the top that's around and about here. Needless to say, that didn't show up. It's there, but it doesn't. It's not actually reflected on the inside, apparently. I think it's supposed to be a point that you can attach weapons to, but yeah, I put them elsewhere because it looked cool. Anyway. So if I have to get into a fight...
All green on release. We're free to fly.
I got my shield maxed out, which is pretty cool. Engines, doing decent. I only got 1 point put aside for the grav drive. My particle weapons and my missiles are both on 3 out of, well, whatever they have. I can move points out of the engines if I need to over to the weapons and move them around, which is not ideal, but I can do it. In either case, for flying in combat or something, I'd have to be out here because otherwise I'm just not going to be able to see anything, am I? That's my field of view, and it is really not great. But yeah, otherwise it's quite cool. Cheers, Tengi. But I think we'll eventually change to a different cockpit anyway. See if we can't come up with something cool. So, Vigilance. Apparently all the way over there now. That's not helpful. On the bright side, the upgraded engines and stuff and fuel tanks mean I can jump a lot further than I used to be able to, so that makes life a little bit easier. Procyon B. I think that's where we bust into the space station last time. I still think letting the Crimson Fleet get their hands on the comm spike was a distinct mistake, or a fully functional one. As an undercover agent, it should have found a way to get them one that had very limited functionality, or one that was easily sabotageable or something. Let's go dock with the Vigilance. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the ship, but I would like to come up with something slightly more creative and interesting in some ways. Unfortunately, despite the number of hours I spent working on this thing, which is way too many, actually breaking out of the certain design philosophy and coming up with something that looks different but good. There's something I've yet to quite get the knack for, or get my head around. Not too shabby though, otherwise. And now I'm tempted to go absolutely freaking massive. Do I have my cool uniform? No, I'm stuck with this because I couldn't get rid of it. Hang on. Yeah, I'm tempted to go absolutely freaking massive for a future design, just so I could make something that looks really cool, but it would be humongous if I do that. Creating interesting shapes is going to be difficult, though. I think I'll find a way, but we shall see. Right, so that is such a cool outfit. Got to dress for the occasion, right? Okay, so let's see if there's anybody in the brig to go and talk to since our last visit. There probably will be.
How's the pirating business? Mole.
Classified star station you mentioned, was it SY 920?
Yeah, it was. And you can probably guess what project it was for.
Oh, yeah, because this guy did a brief stint as a test pilot over at SY 920. Presumably on the comm spike.
Yeah, I thought you might. I heard the fleet sent you up there for some more pirate work. Even more impressive, you managed to do it without taking any lives. Maybe I misjudged you. That's more than I can say for myself, given the history of Project
Oh, is it Archangel the only one? Tell me about Archangel.
We were testing prototype fighter ships. Experimental engines, weaponry, the works. The four of us were the best of the best. Emphasis on the were.
Yeah, some stuff didn't go very well. There had a big safety budget and somebody still died, I think.
I was one of 4 pilots recruited for the program. My codename was Azrael. At the time, I embraced the name. The Angel of Death hunting Crimson Fleet pirates in a prototype ship. But even for an angel, pride always comes before the fall.
Must be a reason you're not there anymore?
Official word as I was transferred back to SysDef because the need was great. The reality is I was kicked off the unit. I was so bored on that station, I spent all my time in the barracks drinking cases of smuggled booze. When the time came for my test flight, I was so wasted, one of the others had to cover for me. The engine caught fire right after takeoff. pilot, crew,
Yikes.
gone in a flash.
There's some survivor's guilt. Found proof of fraud and systemic cuts to safety and security wasn't your fault, yeah. Problem with the prototype, that's on the engineers. Every pilot signs up knows the risks. You're boozing and got somebody killed. No. Evidence fragment.
Is that right? I guess that lets me off the hook with the jailers, but not with the judge upstairs. I appreciate what you're trying to do, though. Just give me some time to process it.
I mean, somebody died in his place. Not that he could possibly have predicted that, and it wasn't his fault. But it wouldn't have been his fault that he died in that situation.
For any low life that ends up in the grid. What you say?
Excuse me. Pardon.
You wanted to talk to me? Apparently not.
Heard you had to board the Siren of the Stars. I was on there once, for a tribute to my ancestor. I never felt more out of place.
Oh yeah, the guy who was part of who worked at the prison in Seabrov.
Really?
Where we went.
I know you were headed to the key, but I didn't realize you'd actually get a chance to visit the lock. I almost respect the fleet for doing that. They're trying to pass down their history, or their version of it anyway.
I think it was that deep dog. I was looking for lost treasure. Seemed almost excited I went down there. Put the way to your history as I walked through it. You respect the fact they take new recruits to the lock?
I respect the principle of teaching one's history. It makes me think Delgado wants the fleet to be more than just space pirates. When you connect the past with the future, you're trying to create a culture, a through line between you and Jasper Cricks.
Feel the weight of history as I walk through it.
Incredible. I think at SysDef, we all feel that weight every time we wear the uniform. But to be there where it started, I can't imagine. But all that aside, give me your honest opinion. What were the conditions like?
Yeah, I can see Delgado's greater plan being to establish the Crimson Fleet in a more permanent way. What was my impression? Brutal, how they treated us, no wonder they rioted. Yeah, basically resort. I was unsure to leave us stay there on purpose. Rough, but what you'd expect from a maximum security prison. Creepy and old, felt like the ghosts of the past were looming over me. Creepy and old's a good one. It was rough. And very, very cold. I think, yeah, it was not exactly the best place to be. Tell the truth, no wonder they revolted. Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly how they were treated. Well, we know they were treated badly, so yeah, I think I will go with brutal.
I was afraid of that. I think I'm starting to fully realize the hand we played in all this. Truth be told, my ancestor was a guard on Suvorov.
We already covered this
Part
stuff.
of the reason I joined SysDef was to find out more about his experience, and whether the history books told the whole story. And coupled with Crix's testimony,
that reminds me.
Picture. Until next time.
Good. So, who else have we got? This is Rokov. Who was that guy? Oh, that was the captain of the Siren of the Stars that we then had picked up.
There you are. I was wondering when you'd visit. Should give us a little time to catch up.
I've got to say, this entire operation.
Taking this well. Can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
And I'm not even the one.
Can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
Oh, no sarcasm here. There's simply no reason to rant about what's happened. Thanks to my own stupidity, my second chance to return to the Crimson Fleet is long gone. And by the time I get out of prison, any hopes I had to return to that life will have fully disappeared.
Yep. You'd be better off remaining Starline Captain? Sure would. A lot of time to think about your mistakes. I'm not going to pretend to feel bad about it. You have a lot of time to think about your mistakes.
That's not how I expect to spend the next couple of decades. But it is what it is. Well, anyway, glad you popped by to say hello. Now, if you wouldn't mind letting an old man get his rest, I'd appreciate it.
Not that old, really. Yeah, guy is a crook on so many counts, it's kind of not surprising he ended up where he is. Mind if I assume Trident's pressing charges?
Oh, yes, quite aggressively. The illegal team will very likely grind me into the dirt. There isn't much I can do about it. The amusing thing is, I don't even think they care very much that the heist went down on their ship. That's a given risk for them. I think they're more embarrassed I was able to gain the position as captain of the Siren under false pretenses in the first place.
About your arrest, because you did go to
After
the
getting
key.
set up on the key, I traveled to a few settlements to find a base of operations. I was looking for a place that would allow me to pick up information about juicy shipments for the fleet to jump on. When I stopped at Gagarin, Sysdef was on the ground waiting for me instead of that contact I was expecting to meet. Your friend Toft really pulled the wool over my eyes.
Let's work on her part. So to have taken down the fleet, you're going to end up here anyway.
I should be happy that you took me out of the line of fire. I have to confess, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, there's a good chance that somebody's going to try and go down fighting.
To do with my life was go out in a blaze of glory on Neighbor Delgado's behalf. But at the same time, my freedom's gone, so I'm not exactly popping the cap off the vodka bottle and celebrating either.
Very chilled character, that. Inside the camp, respect to him. That's empty. That's empty. My eyeball's itching. Oh, my lid actually. Right. There's a guy in here, isn't there? Yeah, we already talked to him. He's hiding in the dark. Anybody in here? Aha! There we go. We got another one over here. Who we got? Dombrowski! We got Dombro! Galbank Crook.
Salutations.
Fraudster and everything else.
You're here to commemorate my terrible misfortune?
I'm here to gloat, buddy. You mean the fact that you incriminated to yourself with the audio recording?
Ah, yes, the infamous evidence that you procured. Bravo, detective. Allow me to congratulate you on your sleuthing skills. That recording was quite a find. I must admit that I was short-sighted when it came to Ms. Swift's ingenuity. I shall not make that same mistake twice.
It's alright, you won't get a chance. I'm here to catch up on old times.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, as much as I detest being the bearer of bad news, I have to disclose that you're wasting your time. You see, this imprisonment is merely an insignificant hindrance. I don't foresee being incarcerated in perpetuity. In fact, I would wager that my legal team will have my release expedited within the month.
Thank you very much. Reading your reputation as punishment now, still worth knocking you. How on earth could your legal team get you out of this mess?
I only had the time to explain the wondrous loopholes of the UC's justice system. Do you honestly think that I'd embark on an endeavor with Miss Swift and Mr. Vera without a legal exit strategy at my disposal? I can assure you, I won't be imprisoned aboard the Vigilance.
See, the thing is, nobody knows you're here, so might be here for a while. We'll see.
Oh, I assure you, I'm speaking the truth. But there's no call for disappointment. Due to your actions, my tenure with Galbank has been terminated, and several million credits and fines are being levied against me. The day is yours, Agent. You should be proud.
I wonder if they have a Proceeds of Crime Act, so that every penny that he embezzled can be taken off him. Nothing to do pride. Appreciate the one. You're taking all of this remarkably well.
Well, why
Everybody
shouldn't
seems to be.
I was bested by your actions, therefore I should suffer the consequences. There's no need for me to dwell on the past. Well, enough idle banter. I've taken up more than my share of your valuable time. Honestly, this interaction has been quite pleasurable. Do feel free to stop by and gloat at any time. Good day.
Well, he didn't miss my the fact that I was here to gloat. I think that brings everybody up to speed. Now we can turn in a couple of people. Oh, calm down, Barrett. Get a couple of people brought in from the last mission.
Hello.
Yo. Let's go and report back.
Maintenance crews are the unsung heroes of the Vigilance. Ensign Betty does a ton of work keeping things shipshape.
I get the feeling he's a little enamoured of Ensign Betty.
Do what Commander Ikande says, and you'll go far.
We shall see.
Word is you had to steal classified tech from a UC station. I hope the commander knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Anything new to report?
You have permission
Oh,
to
yeah.
speak freely. It seems you had quite the eventful
Mission?
mission on your hands. Betraying Juan Dayu for cover was a dangerous gambit, but it seems to have paid off. You still have the Crimson Fleet's trust, and you were able to spare lives in the process.
Yeah, I was able to basically get them to hand me what I wanted by betraying her. I was concerned that it might cause me more problems than it did, but betraying her, I think, just made it that much easier for me to just walk out of the station with the comm spike. I think if I hadn't betrayed her, I might have had a bit more trouble getting out. How's Master reacting to the whole thing?
As you probably guessed, not very well. Keeping Mast out of the loop regarding this particular mission has proven exceptionally difficult. But we've managed to keep your involvement in the dark. Sparing
Nice.
the lives of the soldiers on SY-920 has definitely made our position with the top brass much easier.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing that the soldier line always goes UC. Like there's the backgrounds I chose. I went with soldier, freestyle citizen, and kid stuff. The background was soldier, and then I went freestyle citizen, kid stuff, and something else. Oh yeah, enlightened. But the soldier background is always UC, which kind of sucks. I'd like there to be two versions of it, UC and freestar. Kid stuff again is always a UC orientated one. You can't have a freestar version of it, which kind of sucks.
Please, proceed with your report.
I'm busy. Stuff like that. I wish there's a bit more flexibility in there, or at least an indicator before you take the trait and perk that you're going to be kind of at least partially attaching yourself to a particular faction, because it kind of screws a little bit with the role-playing side of things if you don't know what faction you're kind of connecting yourself to. So I'm not going to go with that one. Infiltrating the station without getting caught was quite tricky. Thought it best not to hurt anyone. How do you know? How did you know about Juan Dayu?
Lieutenant Darth can explain.
We have operatives watching the Crimson Fleet's known contacts at all times. In this case, they observed you making contact with Juan. They continued to shadow your progress until you made your departure from New Atlantis on the Jade Swan.
Didn't take long.
If I may, I'd like to echo the commander's sentiment. I have some comrades on SY-920, and I appreciate the restraint you showed by sparing their lives.
I thought it best not to hurt anyone.
And on behalf of the United Colonies and Commander Natara, I thank you.
No thanks needed. We're just doing what anybody would do.
Glad Barrett likes
Excuse
that.
me, sir. I hate to interrupt, but there's still the matter of the comm spike to discuss.
Yes, of course, Lieutenant. Time is short, and we should get to the matter
Here it
at
is,
hand.
Steve.
Please give me your report.
Time is short. You're gonna rest one day. Yeah. I really want to know what the solution for handing that over to the Crimson Fleet is, because it's not a good idea. Piece of technology that can hack transponders and detect and mark ships anywhere so they can't hide from the fleet is not something you really want them to have. You're going to request arrest Juan Dayu?
That all depends on what you brought back from your mission. Aside from your eyewitness testimony, I assume you have the usual evidence that could lead to her incarceration?
I can take it off your hands once we complete your debriefing.
I need to go back to New Atlantis and get that, don't I?
Concerned about the comm spike.
What do you mean time short?
With the acquisition of the comm spike, the fleet is one step closer to Krix's legacy.
Yes.
And the more people we arrest, the greater the chance that your infiltration is discovered. We're working against the clock here, so let's start by discussing the status of the comm spike.
Delgado has Jasmine Durand working on it.
Then it's just a matter of time before she reverse engineers it to fit the fleet's purposes.
Yes.
So what does Delgado have you doing next? Has he solved the Bannock 4 problem?
The Bannock 4 problem? Yeah, we know what that is. It's the EM radiation. He believes Genodyne's conduction grid in Neon is the key.
The conduction grid?
That's brilliant. But is it actually possible? It's 80-year-old tech. Sorry, sir. The conduction grid is how Neon generates its power. It essentially absorbs lightning strikes and converts it to usable energy. It would take a hell of an engineer to modify the technology to handle Bannock 4's EM field. An engineer, like Jasmine Durand.
That's the case. Inform our contacts on Neon that our operative will be touching down there in the near future.
Absolutely, sir.
I'm sure the Free Collective will love knowing you've got contacts.
I wanted you to know that your efforts
which
are
I would
helping
gladly
us
tell
gain
them if I could.
interest among my superiors. They're finally beginning to believe that we can take down the Crimson Fleet and make amends for the UC's embarrassing mistake.
Which one? Police are taking you seriously. Hope that means they're getting a pay bump if I survive that long. Concerned the fleet's getting as close to the legacy. What embarrassing mistake?
The fact that our common enemy owes its existence to the United Colonies, of course. It was the riot at the lock, touched off by Jasper Krix, that inspired him to create the Crimson Fleet in the first place.
Thanks to your assistance, we'll be able to rectify that mistake, and Mast will authorize an all-out assault.
You hope. And you're concerned the fleet's getting that close to the Krix's legacy?
But it's a calculated risk.
Yeah, is it? Police is finally taking it seriously.
It's long overdue. All right. I suppose that's all for now. I'll be looking forward to your next report. Good luck. And please, be careful.
We're making a trip to Neon in a moment. And there we go. The best there is. Got a level and a blip doing that.
Once I get time off, that's the first place.
Now then. Got skill point. Don't know if I want to put it in here or not. I could get the final rank on Starship Zone, which might not be a bad idea. I would like some other upgrades relating to a ship and my boost pack. It wouldn't be a terrible idea to start thinking about putting some extra points into some stuff over here either. Or over here. There's so much stuff that I really need to think about. A point to stealth would not be a terrible idea either. I feel like a point to stealth before I head to Neon might not be a bad idea. I'm only doing it for this one mission. I won't spend too much time on Neon at this point, I don't think. But yeah, looks like we are going to have to make an arrival. Yeah, well, it's just this one mission we're doing. I'm not going to do anything else there now. I'm going to point... Yeah, dickhead. Right. Yeah, I'm going to pointedly avoid trying to pick anything else up and...
Place look cleaner than before? Hey,
I rather doubt it.
I've been thinking about some things. Wanted to talk to you about it.
We'll get to that in a minute, Barrett. Oh, buddy.
What do you need?
I'm going to take a quick trip back to New Atlantis first and grab that one bit of evidence we've got to get last time. or that was extremely easy to miss because its location is really weird.
Releasing ship from dock.
So you'd think the information on Huan Dayu would be on her ship, would be the logical place to find it. It's where I spent a lot of time looking for it. Cute. Turns out it's not actually on a ship at all, from what somebody kindly informed me last time. It's actually at New Atlantis. Randomly in the kitchen of the place we met her. Which makes no sense at all, but given that it's, you know, a restaurant. She was sat outside in the customer area where we met her. But somehow left a file on her activities in the kitchen of a restaurant she doesn't work at. Very weird. It was grey. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was you or grey, to be honest, Steve.
You will be scanned as you enter the city.
And it was a slightly faster way to get down here, but still. Bypass at least one loading screen. That's an interesting hat. So probably
Everyone's welcome, so long as you keep your hands to yourself.
in here.
Understand?
There it is, one's talk.
So, when did you stop flying the Swan, anyway?
When the cargo became more valuable than the ship.
True. The fleet's got us real busy these days, and we are making good money smuggling all this contraband. But if any time was the right time for a break...
Hey, there's still work to do. I need to check with my contacts at the spaceport and find out what guards are on rotation when we leave port. Then it's back to the key to make sure Delgado gets his cut, and to make sure he hasn't cut us out. I worry sometimes that being in New Atlantis, we're missing out on
I was kind of hoping I wasn't going to miss anything there, but I fear I may have done.
Sheesh, that is a lot to think about. And here I thought the pirate life was carefree.
Maybe for some people, but that's not how I work.
Well, you feel free to plan our next moves from now to the new year. I'm all about living in the present and being where your feet are.
That's fine. Just make sure to wipe those feet before boarding my ship.
So yeah, she's worried that Delgado's up to something and is cutting her out of big scores. Yeah, about planning their next moves. It was around when she hired the pilot, because she was apparently originally the pilot of the Jade Swan herself. That's interesting. Not terribly surprising. Hired somebody else to fly it so that she, didn't have to be on board, except that she usually chooses to be on board. Of course, getting somebody to smuggle on your behalf is, making sure they're trustworthy is going to be a battle. Yeah, let's go.
You might want to.
You might have talked, didn't you, Barrett?
You know, traveling with you has been more than just good old-fashioned fun. It's been, well, therapeutic.
You gonna turn around and actually talk to me, Barrett, or are you gonna stand there and stare at the wall like a tool?
Right. Later.
Barrett, Turn around, you absolute knob.
You know, traveling with you is... See you later.
Alright, not talking to you right now then if you're not going to turn around and look at me and sod off. It's quite an annoying thing after a while, that. It's like, come on. Still waiting on this update. Kind of surprised it's taking so long. I know that Bethesda are thinking long term and they want to get a big, successful update out, but yeah, I still wish I'd get on with it. Can you do?
Time to join the stars.
Meow.
Orbital insertion completed.
You're not sticking anything in my eye. Wait, is that not what you meant? Oh yeah, now last we checked, the vigilance was here. No, it's not there. That's problematic, isn't it? So, it was B, wasn't it? Try jumping back there, seeing if they are there, but they don't appear to be. Following is where we need to head next. I don't suppose they're here. Doesn't look like it. They're not here by some weird happenstance, are they? No. I'll try bouncing back there, see if the ship's going to show up. If it's not, it might have to wait until the end of the next mission before I can turn that in, which is not the end of the world. See how we do.
I will never get tired of that.
Well, it ain't here, is it? Oh well, next time then. It's not the end of the world. Let's jump, I think, straight to follow. I don't think there's anything else I need to do. Can the space jump fail? I don't think so. It's just how long it takes the grav drive to charge up, I think. No. If you have more pips into your grav drive, then you'll be able to charge it up much faster and jump sooner. That's the only real difference.
Entered Freestar collective space. Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband. That's all we need. Enjoy Neon.
Neon, the one place you think they wouldn't care about contraband. I don't. I'll go in now. Yeah, 2 new crew members that I picked up. Gideon here has ballistic weapons, which is not getting used at the moment, but he has missile weapons, which are quite handy. I've got those, so that was a bonus. And who's the other one? Mari, who's got 3 points into shields, which is always cool, and a little bit in starship engineering. Not too shabby. Alright, let's put some actual clothes on. And make our first arrival at Neon. Just as the sun's going down, apparently. Feel like that's maybe not the time I want to arrive. I'm going to have a quick nap before we head down there, I think.
Well, hello, sunshine.
Need something, Chief?
In the night times, ship technician from New Homestead disappeared. Yeah, that'd be a pain. Quite a long wait. Hope we got it sorted, though.
Hey, you're up. Perfect.
That did not get me very far, did it? I don't know how long a day is on Polly, but it looks like it's quite a long time. Try a full day's kip. You know, after doing nothing, I take it you couldn't just sleep there. You had to actually wait for it, did you? Very annoying. I do wish this sleep timer went a little bit faster. That was a bit of a drag. It was an unnecessarily long amount of time. Assuming it didn't get very far last time. I'll try a quick thing. Like a real sleep time, yeah, practically. Yeah. See how that does. That might get me a bit closer. Oh, annoying. Very annoying indeed, Steve.
Ah, you're awake. Let's get going, shall we?
Right, just double check. Nearly that, sun's about to come up. Grab another hour's quick kip. I wasn't going to grab 2 hours, but apparently I am. It should do the job.
Need a moment, or are you good to go?
You need something?
Any troubles you need to share?
Not really. Something from a minute like that, someone was going to start shooting at me. I'd have been quite peeved if that was the case. So here we go, first landing on Neon.
Landing struts primed. Retros firing.
That's cool. Well, that's very cool. I think there's the porthole. No actual window on the inside, though. Ooh, really liking the neon music. Jesus, that's jumpy. Not going to get the picture I want when they sat down, I don't think. You get it from here, though. This is going to be interesting. Not sure if I want to take Barrett with me here.
Want to take some
See if
time.
he'll talk to me out here.
Galaxy is hard work. Trust me, I know. But stop by sometime and let's talk. Just us.
Ooh, that's cool. Definitely got cyberpunk vibes going on. Right, Barrett. Let's have our little chat.
Traveling with you has been more than just good old-fashioned fun. It's been, well, therapeutic.
Yeah, it's definitely cool, though. Look at that sort of feedback every day. Mainly interested in having legal issues. Should get paid for this. How's it been therapeutic? Has this been weighing on your mind?
I know. It didn't seem like it, right? Well, I was hiding it. Hiding it from everyone, including myself. I can see now how much it was affecting me. I know now that clearing Irvin's name would set me free from the grief.
Has it been therapeutic?
Well, I buried my pain about Irvin for so long that I needed a nudge and a different perspective.
And get that sort of feedback every day?
Well, just ask. Anyway, thanks for the support, Cap.
Good team. Weren't you adventuring with Vasco for a while?
Yeah, of course. Vasco is a fantastic co-pilot. He doesn't sleep, he reacts quickly. He's a fascinating friend.
I'm sure. We'll make a good team.
That's just a fact. Which brings me back to that plan I mentioned earlier. I think I know how to move forward now. But I'm going to need your help. My contact sent a gift.
Cyberrunner contact?
Yep. My friend from Neon, who's helped me out more times than I deserve.
Convenient. Were they detected?
Nope. They were confident about not being detected, but not like too confident.
Real evidence?
Seems real to me. So they found an insurance settlement. Irvin's employers got paid as compensation for sabotage.
How much money are we talking about?
They claimed they had to ditch the whole mine and all the equipment inside and construct a new mine with new equipment. They were reimbursed for all of it.
Yeah, sounds a bit iffy. I mean, the insurance sounds standard, but coupled with everything else.
It seems that the mining company got a huge payout after they won the case against Irvin. We have the settlement paperwork from their insurance. Tons of money. The missing piece here is proving that Irvin was framed. So I discovered that Irvin's original lawyer still practices law. And she'll look over everything we found.
Can we trust this lawyer?
Yes, I believe so. Every case she's worked on has been in the interest of regular, everyday people.
Seems like a decent
Doesn't seem
person.
to be in this for the money. I mean, heck,
What if she's
she
on
said she wouldn't
Gagarin?
even charge us for the initial consultation anyway.
We met a lawyer on Gagarin, actually, which is also where he said the whole thing with Irvin went down. So, yeah. I think I know who this lawyer is, actually. What's her reason for helping
Irvin's
us?
case was her first case, she said. She always hated
interesting.
how it ended. And she's now got 2 decades of experience behind her for a rematch, too.
That sure doesn't hurt. Let's go to talk to her then.
Oh, detective. I like the sound of that. If I'm the detective,
I haven't got a magnifying
make
glass.
you my trustworthy and sensible partner with a heart of gold?
Obviously, yes.
Well, I can work with that. Detective Barrett at your service. Anyway, we should take everything to the lawyer and see what she says. Maybe she reviews it and decides we have no case, or we need more evidence. I don't know. If we don't have a case, I can probably let it go. But I have to try.
Can we send her all the evidence? Can we send her all the evidence?
Yeah, I've already arranged for my contact to drop off the evidence at our office.
Did you hear more about the apartment?
Oh, yep. I've got a key card for it. But I don't know what condition it's in.
I'm guessing that's the apartment I might get
20
access to.
years, But I got the ventilation and power turned on, so I think it's safe.
Cool. Go talk to that lawyer then.
Fantastic. I knew I could count on you. You're as reliable as an atomic clock. I've sent a list of everything we've found so far to the lawyer in Gagarin. You know, I actually feel optimistic about this. Lead the way, detective.
Barrett considers you a friend. He's undismissible until I finish that quest, though, so that might be a potential problem. Right. Oof. I kind of do want to press on with this, but also kind of need to go and do that thing for Barrett. You think I'm going to need stealth for this particular mission that we're here to do? I assume it's going to be a sneaky type mission.
See that huge shield? It's part of the power system. Lightning provides a substantial amount of Neon's energy.
Hey, what can I do for you? Got anything you need to offload? Trade authorities? I'm sure you can find something you like.
See if they've got any cool ships here. Interesting. Yeah, that one. That's a lot of things, but I wouldn't call it a falcon. A duck, maybe, but not a falcon. It's a backward-facing version of the same entrance landing bay I've got. I don't think I had that option. Maybe I just didn't notice. Naginata. That's an interesting looking thing. I did consider using this bridge for my current ship, but I wasn't quite happy with the setup, so... I don't know. I don't think I could put it where I wanted to, which was up at the back. I think it had to go on the front like that. This looks vaguely duck-like as well. Ranger 2. Pretty stubby, all of these. Warhorse. Just looks like a an interesting version of the basic ship. Oh.
We're asking everyone to take care of any leeches on their ships. We don't want any Terramore storming through.
Well, we're here. Deliver star parcel package to Neon. I think we got given that by a random ship.
Need some work done?
So, yeah. Oh, yeah, it was a random ship that we helped out, but they wanted me to deliver this for them.
You the courier? I've been expecting you. Star Parcel has your payment right here. Anything else you need?
Oh, but I got 10,000 credits for my trouble. I've been lugging that thing around for long enough, so that's cool. Unexpected 10,000 credits just dropped in my pocket. Where's... Oh, there's the Trade Authority's terminal. Cool. It's rather moist on this planet. What with it being a water world? Shouldn't need stealth pirates missions. I mean specifically the Crimson Fleet mission that I'm currently on. I bet if I fall off there I'm going to die, so I'm going to very carefully not do that. Interesting that the mist and stuff, the fog around the city just limits your range of vision. Liking the look of Neon, I gotta admit already. I don't know whether or not to push on and do Barrett's mission now or to do this particular Neon mission. Ooh. I think I'll do this and just hope for the best, I think. Evening grey. Arrived just in time for my first arrival on Neon. This is already looking very cool. Although the frame rate's just plummeted now that I'm moving through this space.
Some kind of checkpoint ahead. Let's let them do their job so we can move along. See that huge shield? It's part of the power system.
Yeah, you've already told me this once, Barrett.
Substantial amount of Neon's energy.
Don't move, Nesha!
What's this about? Not the act. Sniffers picked up the Aurora you're carrying the second you stepped through.
All right, get up slowly and turn around. Try to run, and we open fire. So, what was the plan, Nesha? Smuggle the Aurora into Kill City or New Atlantis?
No, I just forgot I was carrying it, is all. Honest mistake, right? Can't we just settle this right here? I can pay the usual.
We don't make the rules. That's Administrator Bayo's job. Now, shut up and start walking.
Move it! Let's go!
Interesting. Speak to Nisha in jail. Well, I'm gonna do that right now.
No Aurora outside city
Sophie
limits.
Jex.
Got it.
Oh, she's got a name. Cool. But I'm not being pestered, so that's cool. Have I upgraded my ship? I have. Substantially. Do you not see this earlier, Steve, actually? Yeah, this is my shiny new ship. You can see it in more detail on Instagram as well. Upgraded, got better weapons, way better shields, bigger engines, and it looks like a beast as well. So here we go. I'm not sure where I need to go. That's the one I need. Pointing me back that way somewhere? Okay, fair enough. Using armaments, I suppose, though?
Now I realize how... dangerous that could be.
Valley Hotel. I'll have to be going there soon enough.
The Astro Lounge. Not really my cup of tea, however. I'll follow your lead.
Outfitters. Well, I might have a gander in there in a minute. Sprout Eklund apparently have an office here. I guess that's probably where I'd be supposed to be going on the next story mission. It's not the button I was looking for at all. Not even close to it. Oh, by the way, I managed to rebind the key for grenades, so hopefully I won't have too much issue with that going forward. Stradicland showroom, there we go. Very cool. I'm going to look forward to exploring this place much more thoroughly at some point in the not-too-distant future. Ipside, huh? Actually, there was an outfitter there. I do want to have a quick gander at that. Changed my mind.
You want to head to Euphorica after work tonight?
Nah. I'm feeling a little burnt out. I think I need a break.
How about hitting
Got leather seats.
watching lightning hit the span?
You know...
No, definitely avoiding Reliant Robin for sure.
Great.
Got biscuit too.
I'll bring the blend, you bring the chunks.
It's a day.
This biscuit thing with engine stuff. That's pretty much the gist of it, yeah.
Welcome to Sickheart's Outfitters. Welcome to Sickheart's Outfitters. Everything you need to explore the settled systems. If I don't have it, you don't need it.
Got a spaceship. Quite a bold claim.
I can promise you, I'm not just using hyperbole to get your business. I've spent years perfecting my business by polling customers, measuring sales, and carefully adjusting my inventory to cater to just about everyone.
Does have a nice
so
jacket.
Take your time. Look around. Ask me questions. You won't be disappointed.
Pretty hard sell. Starting to sound like a new spaceship salesman.
I haven't heard that one before, but I suppose I can't blame you for saying so. I have a lot of overhead in this place, and just between you and me, I am up to my eyeballs in debt. This is a prime spot, right next to the spaceport terminal, but the bills and the rent here are astronomical.
Yeah, I can imagine they are. Choice business locations aren't cheap. Didn't do proper financial planning. Nice shop here, should be making a fortune. Usually the same with your customers.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It can be off-putting, I know. I picked up the habit from my mother. She was an extraordinary woman, made friends instantly wherever she traveled. Wise as well. If she was still alive, she would have told me to move my shop and cease paying these exorbitant fees.
And yet here you are. Nice shop, you should be making a fortune. Choice business locations aren't cheap.
Sure, and going in, I expected it to be expensive. Anyway, I
He's
don't want
verbose,
to
isn't
bore
he?
you with the details of my business all day. You're here to shop. So why don't you help out a poor shopkeeper like myself and buy
Oh,
something?
in that outfit. Let's see what you got.
I'm sure we can make a deal.
Base seats. Same ones I've currently got, I think that. I think all there. What's it got clothing wise? Astral Lounge uniform. Okay, this is different. I haven't seen this sort of stuff before. Seen that before, not really into it. New City Corp wear. I guess that's what he's wearing. Club Life skirt. Well, it's not really quite my style, but it's interesting. Life jumpsuit. Not the worst. Life skirt. Socialite skirt. Seems this is supposed to be some kind of dress, but just looks weird because I've got a male character or something. Space undersuit, synth leatherwear. Leatherwear streetwear, same thing but with better stats. Tayo, Astroneering cap, think I got that one. Trident cap, got one of those. United Colonies, Urban Operators are awful. So I haven't actually got anything that good from the look of it. Got a whole bunch of resources there, that's surprising. Well, he definitely hasn't got what I need. Evening, Dale. How are you doing?
Have something for you.
Right. Inside.
Just looking out for you.
Savage's place. Well, this is where I need to be. I guess there's multiple zones within Neon, which is interesting.
You're in the right place, baby. Everyone knows this is Neon's premier social club. So come.
Bit too close and making me feel weird there, but
Enjoy some unique company and toss back one of our exclusive velocity cocktails. Madame Sauvage's place, where the fun never stops, in the city that never sleeps.
poster right there advertising Aurora. Ah, wonderful. Do you mind? Oh, look, there's a Space Frog poster.
You're in the right place, baby. Everyone knows this is Neon's premier social club.
Well, I don't get the Vegas reference, not that much, Gray, but I think I get what you're generally saying. Not familiar enough with the layout of Vegas, really, for that to mean much, but...
You want the stuff or not?
Gee, so, person I need to see is upstairs.
What? You think this stuff falls from the sky?
This just looks like it's a rough, relatively rough bar. Actually, it looks alright, to be honest, somewhere between a bar and a restaurant, and a fast food place, but still. So, there is Estelle Vincent, the sensible Crimson Fleet captain, who looks less like a Crimson Fleet captain than I do.
You looking to get zoned?
Zoned?
Yeah, you know, dusted, blazed, frosted, high. If you weren't here to buy some Aurora, then what the heck do you want?
She really doesn't seem like a pirate. Not tourist, you drop the act. Looking for you.
Yeah? Well, if I had a credit for every time I heard that line, I wouldn't be stuck working in this place. So,
She hears the
I'm
line a
guessing
lot.
you're the rook that Delgado sent. Well, let me save both of us some time. Turn around, fly back to the key, and tell the big boss that I'm in no mood to screw around. We'll make this deal when he starts taking me seriously.
Good. Getting pretty tired of being called a rook. Cut the crap, let's get to work. Any specifics? Who said no one's taking you seriously?
Come on, give me a break. You're not exactly a top dog over there at the key, now are you? Sending me a rook to handle a job this risky is a goddamn insult.
Getting pretty tired of being called a rook.
And I'm getting tired of the fleet not taking me seriously. I
That's
spent
all
the
that
last
interesting?
3 months setting up this job, burned 2 contacts and a hell of a lot of credits. The whole time, I'm also keeping Bayou off our backs. That idiot even catches a whiff of money and he latches onto you like a damn leech.
I've dealt with Bayou in the past. He's got a clear set of goals, I'll give you that.
If you want to piss off Delgado by complaining, that's on you. Both need to do it. Bayou, who the heck is that? Well, we've discovered so far that's the administrator around it.
Benjamin Bayou, Neon's esteemed mayor, or administrator, or whatever the hell you want to call him. He's also the greediest bastard you'll ever meet. Got his fingers in everyone's business, and the muscle to back it up. The only reason I'm allowed to operate on Neon is because I pay well to keep my involvement off his radar. The last thing I need right now is an amateur like you getting me kicked off world.
Well, that would mean you wound up on a certain ship's brig, really, wouldn't it? Crimea River, if you want to piss off Delgado, it's on you. Both you do it, Todd. If you want to piss off Delgado, you go ahead.
All right. I get the point. Let's just get this over with. I don't have a ton of time to stand here and screw around, so I'm gonna make this as clear as possible. You want the conduction grid tech, then you're gonna have to download it from the power core of Generdyne's facility in the underbelly.
That doesn't sound that easy, really. Okay. What exactly is the power core?
Some fancy name the brain-trusted Generdyne calls the room where all the power from the conduction grid is stored. Cute, right?
Okay.
Hey, don't look at me. I didn't build the damn thing. All I know is that the tech inside the place is valuable.
What kind of facility are we talking about?
I'm talking about Generdyne's main power plant for Neon. All their cushy offices might be up in the trade tower, but the nuts and bolts of their operation are running beneath the city.
And a feeling we'd end up down there at some point. Where's the underbelly?
Beneath your feet, genius. It's the lowest level of Neon. Generdyne and Xenofresh are down there, along with some of the finest cuisine in the city.
I'm curious as to what the hell that means. Fair enough now. But he's lucky Bethesda made him essentially dead the first time you met him. That annoying, isn't it?
Love the confidence. But before you pull the ripcord, I'm afraid I need to add a bit of a wrinkle. While you're inside Generdyne, I need you to plant a virus into their system. It's a
Why?
simple side job that'll earn you some credits. I think you can handle it.
I was interested in extra money. Delgado never mentioned this. Nope, no way. Came here to grab that data. Why should I do this for you?
The elevator doesn't exactly go to the top floor in that head of yours, does it?
So?
Everything in the Crimson Fleet is accomplished through a decent helping of give and take. As in, I'm not going to give you the information to get your precious data unless you take this virus and upload it like I asked.
Fair enough. Always down to make extra money.
Well, look at you. You're smarter than I thought. Generdyne has all sorts of tasty, valuable snacks in their databanks, and I want access. Here, take this microdrive and access the computer in Brayson Bayou's office. It'll do the rest on its own.
Holy crap. Malibu works at Generdyne?
Yep, nepotism has its advantages. Word on the street is that the Generdyne gig is the only one Benjamin could get for his younger brother. He's not the brightest.
That's something, anyway. What do you need for access to the data?
Let's just say that information can be just as lucrative as selling Aurora and keep it at that, okay? But don't worry, I promised Delgado that when it came to the conduction grid data, that's his territory. I won't touch it.
I assume I'll be facing some security.
Oh no. Are you scared, little rabbit? Well, don't worry. I've got you covered. Generdyne's got their place locked down tight. But, as usual, the weak link comes from the people that work there. I recommend you start with Ayumi Komiko, an upper-level exec at Generdyne. Get your hands on her security pass, and you'll have the run of the place.
Take a look. What do I need the security pass for? Well, for getting around inside there, I assume.
You should be asking what won't you need it for. The facility is closed to the general public, and they keep all of their important files encrypted. Not to mention the fact that there's going to be all sorts of nasty security inside you're going to want to bypass.
Can't leave him behind, Steve. That was why I was asking before. Gotta be a catch. Okay, yeah, taking her out, I'm sure getting a pass is not going to be easy.
The Komiko's having a little fling with Benjamin Bayou. Anyway, you can find Komiko at Euphorica. Talk to the owner of the place, Micah. She'll point you in the right direction. As for dealing with Komiko herself, she's got an office in the trade tower if you're looking for something incriminating. The rest is up to you, Rook. When you're done, come meet me at the VIP booth in the Astral Lounge so we can celebrate.
Let's brace and Bay's story.
Nepotism gets him the job at Generdyne as their chief technician, yet the guy doesn't know the first thing about electrical engineering. They obviously invented the position just to give them more on a salary. One of the many poorly kept secrets in Neon. Frankly, I think he's such a screw-up. Benjamin Bayou stuck his ass in that facility under the city to keep him out of the limelight.
Whichever is surprising. Anything useful about Generdyne?
Not much to tell, really. Thanks to their nifty little conduction grid, they're able to provide power for the entirety of Neon. Damn thing was supposed to be some kind of miracle invention, turning lightning into usable electricity. Neat trick, right?
Especially on this planet.
Is that you need a planet like Voli, where lightning strikes often enough to make it feasible. Guess how many of those exist? Ding! If you said 0, you're absolutely correct. So Generdyne has been in dire financial straits for years.
Let them burn. What is the conduction grid? Tell me more about it.
It's that canopy over the center of the city that keeps the rich folks dry. Some folks around here call it the span. I think it's a massive eyesore, like some sort of a modern art piece gone haywire. You can't miss it. Just poke your head outside and look up.
Seems the city's lining credits to keep my flight.
Loaning them credits? No, that's not how things work around here. The only reason they haven't folded is because they charge exorbitant fees for power. I'm talking 2 or 3 times what it costs in New Atlantis. Okay, now, on to round 2 of our little game. Guess who has a major stake in Generdyne and soaks up all that delicious profit?
I thought you said they were in deep shit. People have no alternatives for power?
Not a single one. In fact, there are no legal alternatives for anything in this godforsaken city. The only thing people can do is deal with the bullshit and try to get on with their miserable lives. But let's get back to round 2 of our little game. Guess who has a major stake in Generdyne and soaks up all its delicious profit?
Generdyne shareholders? Generdyne shareholders, I would assume.
Oh, sorry. That's a good one, Rook. No, it's not Generdyne's shareholders. It's good old Benny Bayou. That son of a bitch has
Who
a
is
finger in
that,
every single pie and
I assume?
sorry excuse for a city. Generdyne's no different. All off the books, of course. How the hell do you think Brayson Bayou got the job down there? It wasn't because of his good looks or smarts, I can promise you that.
Anything you need to know about Komiko?
Businesswoman, tough as hull plating. She's the COO at Generdyne, and I can assure you she didn't get there with her winning smile. As for her relationships, well, that's a bit more complicated. Publicly, she's having a bit of a fling with Benjamin Bayou. But rumor has it that she's just using Bayou and having a little bit of fun on the side with Micah, the owner of Euphorica. If I were you, I wouldn't bother trying to appeal to her good nature. She's a manipulative person who uses people to get what she wants.
Lay down on Euphorica.
Pretty laid-back club over in Ebside. Owner's name is Micah. She's young, but sharp as a razor, and has gang muscle to back her up. The little Aurora lounge she has tucked away in the building is the real gold mine. Said she modeled it after opium dens on old Earth. Bayou takes a cut of the profits, of course. But rumor says it's way less than he usually takes. No one knows why.
Interesting.
Just grab that tech and plant the virus.
Sounds like the SETI is a complete cesspool and a very complicated web. Which is cool. Although, not helpful when I wanted to turn around this quest in anything remotely resembling reasonable time. Yeah, I think I'll probably have to make Barrett stay behind somewhere. Let's go with attitude, but avoid seems over a face. This is one of the ones I think they got more sort of close to the mark, personally.
You try Veracity yet? It'll change your life.
Probably too obvious, but hasn't left anything around here that might be, incriminating yet.
The strikers are
Yeah, I assume I will be dropping her in the proverbial later on. Pretty sure that's just an ordinary notepad, not a... yeah.
Love the vibe in this city.
This place is like my second home.
City doesn't have a vibe, it just has a smell. It's toxic.
I really need to stop hanging out in
Well, this really reminds me of a few venues I've been in. I don't think it's the best compliment those places have ever received. Whoops, I locked Barrett in the bathroom. I won't lock him in, but shut him in. The big score, evidence. Thought there'd be some around here somewhere.
Velocity, dummy. I think we're in luck.
Estelle, you found the buyer. And in less than a week. I'm impressed.
There's just one teeny little catch, though.
Whenever there's a catch with you, it ends up costing me money.
Been in here would make a
guillotine, hear me out. The buyer wants the
useful
merch,
bit of decoration.
but they want it tomorrow night.
And there it is. Do you have any idea what it will cost to get that many crates out of Xenofresh by tomorrow? No, not this time.
What if I told you they wanted 15 cases this time? At full price.
What about your comrades at the Crimson Fleet?
Hello.
Won't they want a taste? I'd hate to lose half of our profit.
You just worry about the shipment. I'll handle the fleet.
All right,
get away
then.
from me.
You have a tea. Here's your drink.
You're a doll, dummy. Cheers.
There we are. Aurora smuggling, not surprisingly. Probably the least interesting of her crimes, but still. So, locate evidence to extort Yumi Komiko, and ask Micah about Yumi Komiko's whereabouts. So, locating the evidence, I think is going to be our first bet.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bad part of town, buddy. I'm gonna do you a favor. Head back to Bayou Plaza before the disciples get you.
I can't myself who the disciples.
A gang. Worst gang there is. They'll stab you for kicks, taking bets on how long you squeal before you bleed out. And that's not a hyper whatchamacallit. They seriously did that. Poor Ted.
I appreciate the warning. Thinking myself, I appreciate the warning.
We gotta look out
for now.
each other, right? Us crate rats used to think the Ebside strikers were awful. with all the muggings and shakedowns, but now that they're on the ropes, kinda wish they weren't just holed up in Madame Sauvage's. Streets are getting bad. Real bad.
So these strikers are any better?
Yeah, they'll rob you blind, but at least they let you live. They're bad news, but compared to disciples, positive angels.
Might check those guys out.
Well, you'll find them at Madame Sauvage's. They're always holding auditions, as they call it. Looking for new blood. So, for being so helpful, chance for a donation. Come on, might be saving my life. What with the disciples and all. Have a heart.
1,000 credits for the tip. That's a lot. Knew you had an angle. Yeah, right. That's probably a quest line he's opening up for me, I think.
Hey, thanks. Look, I mean it. Go back to the plaza. Ain't nothing but shit and misery over here.
Pays the spider crawls across your face when you least expect it. Yeah, lovely. Descends from the ceiling towards your dinner, knowing my luck. Disciples, weren't they a Nuka World gang? Yes, I do believe they were. Bunch of psychos in that as well. Right. She has an office or something over in the tower over here. We need to kind of sneak our way into. Scalbank. Neon. Well, I can't even read that. Bayou.
Benjamin Bayou's tower.
Of course he has a frickin' big-ass gold statue of himself.
It's big, all right. Not sure what else it is, but it's big.
Xenofresh, Kelp Corp, Core Kinetics, Stroud Eckland, Genodyne Industries, and the Astral Lounge. So I'm looking for Genodyne, I guess.
Security's got its eyes on Saburo.
The Astral Lounge. I think we'll be heading there eventually.
The Astral Lounge spared no expense with their marketing, huh?
Oh, the location, I guess, from that. Sky Suite restricted. Slayton Aerospace. Xenofresh, Stroud Eckland, corporate HQs on Neon. That's interesting. Walter, you want to do some explaining? Keltcorp, Genodyne, Cokinetics, and the lobby. Genodyne.
Have something for you.
Neon Security, was it? Ah. Cheetah.
Yeah, what? Is this important? I'm really busy right now. Let me save you some time. If you're here for a job, we're not hiring. If you're here about the conduction grid tour, we shut it down a year ago.
What's the conduction grid?
See that big yellow thing that's draped over almost the entire city? That's the grid, or what the locals call the span. Besides looking like some sort of madman's modern art piece, it's actually the main source of the city's power.
Tour would have been nice.
Well, like I said, it's shut down. Had to cut the entire tour staff too. Look, I'm sorry if I'm blowing up at you, but I've got a ton of problems and no time to deal with them all. I'm afraid that things aren't going terribly well around here.
You don't mind talking about? I'm willing to listen. We expected the company to be making a fortune. Looks like you're doing fine. Why are you being so open with this kind of sensitive information?
Why? Because I'm sick and tired of putting on a corporate face and pretending that nothing's wrong. It's do or die time around here. We can either spin our wheels forever or worse, go under completely.
Okay, I'm willing to listen.
I don't care if I'm allowed to or not. I'm happy to get this off my chest. The conduction grid went online almost 75 years ago. And since then, we haven't developed a single groundbreaking innovation. At this point, the money we're taking in as a power utility barely covers the waste that's going on in the research and development division.
Just need somebody new in charge of R&D. Can't imagine superiors are happy about this. Breaking even is better than being out of business. Construction grid is Genodyne's only product?
No, of course not. We still produce smaller power systems and backup generators, but nothing even close to the magnitude of the conduction grid. Genodyne needs to come out with something spectacular to put us back on the map. If not, we'll remain stagnant forever, or worse.
You in charge around here?
Unfortunately, no. I'm in third on the corporate ladder. One step above me is Ayumi
Maybe you look
Kumiko. She's the COO of the company. And then there's Kaito Harada, our esteemed CEO who never seems to be around.
Interesting. So this company has a CEO, a COO, and a receptionist in third? It's a weird corporate structure. Not that I'm complaining. The receptionist is probably a more decent person than most of the others are, in likelihood. But still, it's a bit weird. Sounds like you need somebody new in R&D.
You'd think that, right? The problem is that Brayson Bayu, Administrator Bayu's brother, is currently heading up the R&D division. I swear to you, the man doesn't know the first thing about power systems or electromagnetic technology.
Sounds like you don't have much of a choice. Scientists working at Brayson's side. Man up and fire the guy. How'd he get the job in the first place?
Isn't it obvious? Administrator Bayu clearly leaned on Ms. Komiko to get his brother hired. It's nepotism in action.
Now she's apparently sleeping with the guy. Why do you care so much about what happens?
I can give you 117 reasons. Our employees.
It's not a lot of
If
employees.
Genodyne goes
but okay.
completely under, how many of them will lose their jobs? How many might get cut in a restructure? My position puts me in charge of the welfare of our personnel. I can't in good conscience allow that to happen to them.
I see, so the HR person also has to run reception. That's still weird. Surely there are other scientists.
Of course there are. But so far, Brayson has suppressed most of their work through pure jealousy.
Interesting.
Look, I'm running out of options. No one above me seems to care what's going on, but I'm willing to take a chance. I have a full report on Brayson that I want to send to Administrator Bayu, but I don't know if he can be trusted. What do you think I should do?
Worried about the company, send a report. Bayu's a dangerous man, bury the report. Honestly don't know what you should do. What does the report say?
It describes my aggravation with how badly Brayson Bayu is running the Research and Development Division. I'm also including a list of all the failed experiments he's greenlit, and how much they've cost Genodyne as proof of his incompetence. I'm praying someone as financially successful as Administrator Bayu might be able to put aside his ego and look at this from a business perspective.
Problem is, if he put his brother in there from, just some kind of weird nepotism reason, then he might end up protecting his brother and this guy might go missing. But at the same time, you make a choice at this point. I don't care if the company does okay. Then the staff will be screwed if they don't. Tough call. Bayu is a greedy bastard, we know that.
Offended you in any
If
way.
he's losing money, then I think Yeah, sending the report might get his brother yanked out because he's costing the guy more money. That's my guess. I'm going to tell him to do it.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I can't allow Brayson to run this company into the ground. Hey, look. Thanks for helping me out with this. It's been on my mind for a long time. If
Sure,
there's
I did you a
anything else
favour there or
need,
not,
any
but anyway.
questions at all, feel free to ask.
Check out Corganetics gun shop. It's not the cost or anything, but when the salesman has a hell of a sales pitch. I will try and keep an eye out, Gray. He votes to bury it. Yeah, I don't know if I made the right call or not, but we'll see how it goes. Where did Genodyne get its start?
Genodyne was founded in 2232 by the original designer of the conduction grid, Felicia Corbin. Working from her facility in Neon, it took her almost 25 years to get the conduction grid up and running. That was Genodyne's first and last major success.
Hey, tell me how it works.
The span above the city is outfitted with a specially developed electromagnetic absorption system. When a lightning discharge hits the span, the energy is instantly distributed across the grid to prevent overload. The energy is then transferred through a series of polyphasic capacitors and rectifiers to ensure all of the negative and positive strikes are equalized. At this point, the energy is clean, and it gets stored in massive storage cells in Neon's underbelly, from which it's parceled out and used for power.
So the city runs on lightning-powered batteries. Why aren't there grids like this in every major city?
That's
Like
an
the
excellent
lightning
question, and the answer for it is surprisingly simple. The conduction grid is only effective in lightning-rich environments. That's why Volai was chosen as its primary development site. Genodyne has always hoped to adapt the grid's absorption technology for other applications, but nothing public has ever been announced.
Speak unto me of your boss.
As long as it doesn't get me into serious trouble. Ask away.
Do you enjoy working with her?
She's my boss. She's fine, I guess.
He chose to bury it completely.
Like I said, I don't want to get
Yeah,
into
I can
serious
kind of
trouble.
understand why.
She might be a bit tough on all of us, but being responsible for Neon's power grid is a very stressful position. Sometimes that stress trickles down.
How long has she been your boss?
I've only been working here for a few years now, and she's been my boss the entire time. Well, the big boss is our CEO, Mr. Harada. But I've actually never met him. He lives somewhere in New Atlantis, I think.
Lives in New Atlantis. And yet his company's based in another country, effectively, another faction's territory. Weird. Do you think she's up to anything dodgy?
Whoa. Okay, that's crossing the line. I can't discuss company matters like this.
Yeah. What's the harm if you help me?
Maybe need to think about it.
We get past it, Xion was within hours. No one will ever know you told me.
I'd like to tell you. I really would.
What's within hours? Just between us? Yeah, just between us.
I wish I could. But if anybody found out I helped you... Look, I don't know why you're pushing me to talk about Miss Komiko's private affairs, but I don't think it's appropriate to ask me about this right now. Sure, no problem.
Just a couple of little things. I can't be, I mean... That was not the button I wanted. 10 minutes of progress? Nah. Get yourself lucky there wasn't an autosave any sooner, buddy, or I'd have put one between your eyes and then reloaded it. Because you don't get to deny me what I want and live. It's not allowable. So I guess we have to do this another way. Barrett here. Here, Barrett. He's still clearly a receptionist who's apparently third in charge of the company, which I find very weird.
Sent some evidence ahead to the lawyer on Gagarin.
Good.
Oh, right. I nearly... Got any questions for me before we head out to... Not just yet.
What part about stand still, stay fucking put is so difficult, Barrett?
Whoa! Hey, what did you see?
So you, not doing as you're told, as usual.
Want to head to Gagarin? We've done it. Everything that we can do for Irvin's case, aside from going to Gagarin.
Shut up and stay put, you irritating sod.
The way things are looking at Generdyne, might
Fire
be time
on.
to polish up my resume.
Yeah, your company does look like it's up a certain river with no means of propulsion. I may slightly have ruined their carpet. They don't seem to care very much.
What? I'm working here.
Doesn't look like it to me. If I get caught hacking that, I'm not gonna get
Excuse me, I have a deadline to meet.
in anybody's good books.
Tevin Anastas has run into some trouble. Word to the wise, you don't want a piece of that.
Interesting. Do they have... That's an interesting monitor that I can't use. So I guess I've got to use the tiny little computer in the corner on the wall. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. That's that. It must be that. This one where it fits, there. Gotcha. It's more awkward than I would expect a novice one to be. Notifications. Security reminder, update failed, update available. Security reminder, expired, update failed, update available for operating system. That wasn't very helpful. Okay, let's try and hack this. That's easy enough. Is there a 2-pointer that is straight across? There is not. That kind of sucks. That ain't it. That looks like it probably is. There we go. Gotcha. Meeting with Bayo. Evidence. Oh, cool. I'm glad I hacked that. Use evidence that's thought to community. I forgot what her name is now, actually.
Alright, Ben. What was so important I had to come to the office in the middle of the night?
Ah, Benjamin Bayo, okay.
It's the numbers, Ayumi. I don't like what I'm seeing.
If you'd stop interfering with my company, the numbers would be better.
Your company? That's funny. I thought it belonged to Mr. Harada.
Give me a break. We both know you set up that identity so we could both reap the profits off the books.
If Generdyne was showing a profit, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Interesting.
How the hell am I supposed to make a profit when all I have is your brother, the idiot, as my chief technician?
I'd choose your next words very carefully, Miss Komiko. Raise the utility costs to your clients, cut some staff, I don't care how you do it. I want Generdyne's profit soaring by the end of the month. And if I ever hear you talking about Brayson like that again, well...
Whoops.
I'm sure you can imagine the consequences.
So this guy is... Let's concerned about money than his family, despite what his reputation would suggest. And I've just told that guy to go and shit on his brother. That's probably not going to go very well, is it?
Sorry, I'm busy at the moment.
Count yourself lucky, buddy. If I hadn't found that in there, you'd be dead. And then mysteriously resurrected shortly afterwards. So, is it this core kinetic spot that you were talking about there, Gray, or is it another one? So we think that would not be their shop. I'd assume it's their corporate offices. Right. Yeah, kinda does say security, doesn't it? Just about.
Everything good? Nothing to report?
Private sector. That's what real.
I thought I saw something about
Look at you. Beautiful. Unique. Original.
Cerebro Emporium. Awkward. Yeah. Definitely a little bit awkward. I think the guy is probably going to die. We saw Rangers. Yeah, it kind of makes sense, but it also kind of doesn't. Neon Tactical? Region Apartments, okay. Armaments. Maybe that was the spot, unless it's somewhere else. Trade Authority.
Is there a type of weapon Pombatech won't make?
This looks like it's some kind of weapon and arms shop.
You just want to forget, but one's got nothing to do with it.
I'm sorry. I did not understand your query. Please rephrase.
No one understands, you stupid piece of tin. And that's the problem. If you're here to buy, take a look around the shop.
I don't seem to recall eye patches being an option for our characters. But I'm pretty sure they weren't. What are you afraid I'm going to do?
Oh, I don't know. Stuff things in your pocket and run. Rob me at gunpoint. Shoot me in the head. I've survived on Neon far too long to take any chances.
Don't want any trouble.
Good. Then just buy what you want and get out of here. If you don't like it, talk to Styx. He runs our, complaints department.
Why do I get the feeling he'll shoot me if I do? Who's Styx? The robot.
See that giant Model A right over there? Yeah, that's Styx. And if I were you, I wouldn't get on his bad side. He has a very short temper.
Getting on his bad side. Is that how Styx becomes stones? Prefer settling my differences with human beings, not emotionless robots. Can't handle complaints. Here to spend some credits. Prefer settling my differences with human beings, not emotionless robots.
See, now you're just getting technophobic. And that's
Barrett didn't like that very much.
You know, I'm sick and tired of people coming in here and treating Styx like he's some kind of sideshow exhibit.
Well, you just kind of put it that way.
Sprayed onto his chassis. If I could find the asshole who did that, I'd make him pay for the paint removal.
I don't know, I think it was kind of cool, actually. Why do people give you a hard time about having Styx around?
I know you'll be surprised, but thanks to my sparkling personality, I don't exactly have the easiest time making friends. That means I spend a lot of time talking to Styx, and Model A robots, they're not really programmed for casual conversation. The net result is I end up talking to a machine and Looking like I'm out of my mind. Hell, maybe I am.
What happened to your eye? How did you and Six end up together?
I knew a guy a few years ago who ran up a hell of a tab with me. Now, I'm talking thousands of credits, but at least he'd make regular payments. One day the payment stopped, so I tracked him down. Found out he got mixed up with an Aurora dealer and fell from the upper platform. Since I had a legit claim, the city awarded me his property, which amounted to the contents of a storage container. Guess what I found inside? Took me a few months to scrounge up the parts, but I'd say I did a pretty decent job getting Styx up and running.
I guess we'll find out, won't we now? Wham dry.
It's no big secret. I lost it fighting on the Freestar side during the Colony War. I was a ground pounder. Slogged it out in the trenches with the troops. And did pretty well, too. Until an EM weapon took out our transport. They pulled me out of the wreckage, but the damage was done. Honestly, I consider myself lucky. Most of the other soldiers died in the crash.
Could track down the person who defaced Styx if you like.
You'd do that? Huh. Okay. Maybe I misjudged you.
Can't allow something like that to go unpunished. Could pay for paint removal, doing it to get paid. Why would somebody spray your robot with graffiti?
Look, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that I'm not the most popular guy on the block. And that suits me fine. But this person took it too far, made it personal. I'm not about to let some delinquent hassle the only friend that I have.
Can't allow something like that to go unpunished, if Barrett likes that.
I'm glad you see Styx as more than just a possession. The lowlife that did this to my buddy calls himself Warlord.
Jesus.
You can probably find him somewhere near Euphorica. Scare the crap out of this punk, and it'll teach all the Ebside lunatics that nobody messes with me and the Styx.
Why is Warlord targeting you? Speak to him or kill him. Not gonna kill him.
One of Neon's street gangs that claims it owns Ebside. A few years back, the gang tried to break in here and rob my place, but Styx put one of them down and sent another to Reliant on a stretcher. He and his buddies have been harassing me ever since, mostly by scaring away my customers and stealing my deliveries. Warlord still swears he'll get even with me, and he came pretty damn close when he somehow managed to disable Styx and sprayed him with paint. It feels like it's only a matter of time before he gets past Styx, and I'm done for.
Well, I guess we will have to do something about that guy then.
I've got more than you can handle.
That's a bit too much information there, buddy. Have you got anything cool? Boom boom. An explosive shotty. Not terrible. Next one. A bunch of A99s. Interesting. A pulse, a target, drumbeat, Orion, breach, drumbeat, lawgiver, mag shot, knife light, hunting rifle, tombstone. Refined tombstone, that's not terrible numbers. Rattler, razorback, buzzcut. Ooh. That is a faster fire rate Grendel. That's quite sick, actually. That's even faster fire rate than my current gun. And it looks pretty beasty in that design. I'm kind of tempted, actually. It'd be the first time I'd have a reason to go back and actually use the Grendel. The damage is so freaking low on it, though. It's kind of a pity. If it was a higher version of it that had a higher base damage, as opposed to the basic version, which this is, I'd get that. It's quite cool. Oh well. That's kind of disappointing after all that. So that was presumably not the one I was looking for. So I guess it must be the The one in the tower? Hold on.
Cause any trouble and I'll drag you straight to lockup.
I feel like that falls under the same category as a EI.
Get the hell away
Oh. Somebody just trying to tell me to get the hell away from him in the middle of the street on Neon. He's either quite the gangster or really wants to get himself killed, one or the other. Seems a lot that they'd be selling stuff here. Not calibrated mag shit yet, apparently.
What can I sell you today? Hey, you look like someone who craves serious firepower, yeah? Well, don't sweat it. I've got you covered.
His accent and his face don't quite line up in some way to me. I thrive on firepower, take all firepower I've got. I was hoping it wasn't that obvious. I kind of like guns too. And you are?
I'm the guy that's about to stick enough firepower in your hands to punch holes in all your problems. And you'll still get home in time to cook dinner. It's all part of my patented 4-step process. You see? I sell you a weapon. You buy the weapon, you shoot the weapon, and you kill your target. Couldn't be simpler. And that's guaranteed.
Really? I thrive on firepower.
Seen some action, huh? Yeah. I knew it. I knew it. You see, I had you all figured out the moment you walked into my showroom. I said to myself, Matthias, that looks like the kind of person who blow a hole in the wall to get to their goal. I'm talking military-grade, state-of-the-art weapons hardware. Click. Bang. Am I right?
More for a clank boom. Just get to the part where I could buy a gun. Do you often talk to yourself like that? Hell of a sales pitch. Often talk to yourself like that?
Only when a steely-eyed weapons wonderkind like yourself graces my place.
Hell of a sales pitch.
No. This isn't a sales pitch. This is a game changer. Imagine being completely surrounded by Crimson Fleet pirates with nothing but a magstorm and a few hundred rounds. You wouldn't even break a sweat. You, my friend, are perched on the edge of infinity. And Core Kinetics would love to come along for the ride. So what do you say?
I think you'd like to sell with a car more to the point. All you sell Core Kinetics
Of course. And you want to know why? Because that's all you'll ever need. We're the first and last word in weapons tech. You point, you fire, the target's vaporized.
Oh, dear. I say, I'm ready to buy some guns. Think I need to lie down after that. Don't mean you actually sell a lot of guns using that bit.
Hey, what can I say? Some people like wine, others like beer. In the end, you're just here to get drunk. Am I right? I'm right. Let's get you tooled up and on your way.
Everything, Alex, you right? Yeah, it's not a bad sales pitch. You always this amped up?
You think this is amped up? You should see me after I take a hit of Aurora. Maybe chase it with a couple cans of blend. Huh. Once I start flying, I could sell a mag launcher to your grandmother. Skills, baby. It's all about the skills.
Tell me about Core Kinetics.
Imagine the #1 gun manufacturer in the settled systems. They sit right at the top of the list, the best of the best. You got that in your mind? Okay, now, Core Kinetics. We are chilling one step above all of that. Nothing else even comes close to eclipsing our deadly mag tech. You think I'm bullshitting you? Buy one of our guns, slap in a magazine, squeeze the trigger and feel the pull. There's no sensation like it in the galaxy. Feel the pull. I like that. I think I might use that as a slogan in our next ad campaign. Damn, I'm good.
What exactly is MagTech?
It's what the brain guys call the magnetically assisted projectile systems. That's the heart and soul of all our weapons. Those wizards managed to figure out how to push a solid slug out the end of a gun faster and more accurately than a conventional bullet. Some folks call them railguns, but I personally hate that name. This ain't no steam train. This is MagTech. And it'll put holes in concrete.
Okay, let's have a look.
We'll put holes in anything.
What's he got then? Mag Shear, Mag Storm, Mind Tear. Small chance to frenzy target. It's not terrible. And it's better than the basic ones as well. It's damage, so it's obviously the next rank up, which is cool. Could get that technically a little ahead of time. Pulse. Other shear. Other shear. Other shear. Oh, that's a Mag Storm. Which are quite fun, but not into the heavy weapons version. Poison Storm. Mag Storm with poison. Okay. And a Mag Shot. I mean, that's not bad. It's not worth paying 48,000 credits for, though.
You need firepower. You know where to find us.
This is some serious firepower.
These are some of the best guns money can buy. Now, if I only had the money.
Oh, I felt that. That one got me. Yeah. That one's right there.
I heard this.
Right, what was I doing? You ask Maya about Kamiko's whereabouts and use the evidence to exhort Kamiko. Ayumi Kamiko. And they
Bridges
were
over at
in...
Reliant Medical. Not great. Doc Manning better get his act together before the place.
There's quite a lot of people on the streets around there.
There's got to be a megaport that'll hide.
Absurd. Yeah, it was quite cool, though. Kind of wasn't expecting him to be there, though. All the places. Euphorica. Chunks. Fresh warm food. Okay, I'm just wondering what the fuck they were trying to advertise to me for a minute. This is
Okay, let's
some salt on the eyebrows.
Velocity or Chimera?
Stay that way.
You kidding? Chimera all day. Why do you think I'm here?
I don't know. Chimera's nice, but velocity, that will get you hammered.
See, you just proved my point. Down your third velocity, and you're out cold. By the third Chimera, you're floating on frickin' Cloud 9. I don't know about you, but that's where I'd rather be.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Where the hell did Micah learn to mix a drink like that anyway?
Well, let's face it, some people are just gifted.
Oh, that's that warlord chap that I need to go and intimidate the crap out of. Okay, let's do that while I'm here.
Epside is ours. The strikers
Interesting.
are a bunch of babies, afraid of a little blood. You like art?
I don't know, but I know what I like. I know what I like.
Oh, you'll like this. Just head on over to Neon Tactical and check out the robot. It's my best work.
You in a gang.
Are you in a gang? You sound like a middle-aged bank teller. Yeah, I'm in a gang. The Disciples. Maybe you've heard of them.
Where do you hang out here?
Fork is home for people like us. And by people like us, I mean killers, thugs, and thieves. Now, I haven't killed anyone in a while, but that just means I'm due.
See yourself an artist?
Only when I have a knife in my hand. The rest of the time, I just paint.
Frank Wright wants retribution for what you did to Styx.
That Cyclops should be thanking me. I dressed up his toy real nice, gave him a total makeover. He's lucky that's all I did after what that thing did to my crew.
Where'd you take
I
Styx?
thought it was pretty clever. If I trashed it, it'd stink for a bit, but he'd get over it. So I took a can of spray paint and put my tag on it. Now, every time that Cyclops opens up that eye, he's gonna see my art on his buddy.
Do you really kill members of your crew?
Tried to rob his store and reload our crew. That's when his little toy unloaded on us. Lost some good disciples in that group. If anything, that freak should be paying me.
So you admit you to the crime.
And I'll make art out of your guts if you step out of line.
This guy's a little bit trying, really. Pay for damages. I'm going to get those credits from he did alive. I'll go back to you. Let's see if I can persuade him.
And what makes you think I will?
I'll rip your nuts off if you don't. It's not there in the head. Do you want him as an enemy? Pay up and I'll leave you be. Haven't you lost enough of your crew? Oh, that one.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, critical
Like that
success.
old man is one thing, but that Model A is another story. All right. The Cyclops is one thing, but I know better than to mess with you. Besides, that Model A shredded my gun arm. I can't aim straight, let alone paint. Here, you give this to that freak and tell him we're even.
And there we go. Oh, could have gone worse.
Get lost, off-worlder.
You got shot trying to rob a gunshot. Yeah, you're kind of asking for it, really, aren't you?
Could use a new suit. Time to ask for more protection.
Right, so, yeah.
Welcome. Please, make yourself comfortable. I can offer you a drink, or perhaps you're here seeking access to our members' lounge, where you can enjoy your Aurora experience in peace.
For Amy Comic, don't need a special place to experience Aurora. Try to relax and enjoy a drink. Can I purchase Aurora here? Tell me more about this members' lounge.
Customers choose our lounge because they desire a more relaxed and sedate journey as they experience the joy of Aurora. We have no blaring
Sounds like she's
music,
already high herself.
no crowds, no chaos. The mood here is specifically crafted to allow a full range of mindful self-exploration.
Interesting. Looking for Ayumi Kamiko.
No, not this again. You people should leave her alone. What do you want with her?
Old friend, documents for sign and business. Why do you care so much about her?
Not that it's any of your business, but we're very close. We're in love. I refuse to let anything bad happen to her, no matter how much trouble she's gotten herself into.
Have some documents for her to sign.
Yeah, sure. Tell me another one. You debt collectors are low-life assholes. She's broke,
in debt, huh?
okay? Now get out of my
Well, the company's up
before I
shit
get
creek,
really
but,
pissed off and have you thrown into the street.
It's nothing personal, friend.
I'm not a debt collector, I'm from the Crimson Fleet. Who's going to throw me out? You? How much is this going to cost me? I don't know which one to go for here. Not really fancy paying. Don't fancy kill. Don't really want to kill people because kind of, you know, we're an undercover cop more or less, so we kind of want to avoid that. I think I'm going to go with how much is this going to cost me.
Oh my god. You're offering me money to betray her? How low can you get?
This is Neon.
Look, I'm getting really tired of this crap. Get out now.
Oh well, Crimson Fleet it is.
The Crimson Fleet? Oh my, I'm sorry.
Even scarier than everybody else in this place.
I didn't mean anything by it, really. Sorry, well, I worry about her. Ayumi owes a lot of money around town. I'm trying to help her out. But, you know, I have a business to keep afloat. If you want to talk to her, you can find her in the members' lounge. Of course, access to the lounge is going to cost you. And I'm not changing my mind about that.
Just get the crap out of her and she's still willing to get $5 grand.
Whatever you wish. Now sit back, relax.
5 grand? Are you bananas? I ain't paying that. Unlock requires key. Alright, let's try and find another way in, because that's a lot of money to be paying to get into the members lounge. Air class areas, presumably the strip. Didn't think it looked like there was a... Oh, there might be a way in around here. Warehouse... Oh, that looks like it might be a possibility. Ah, people sleeping in pods back here, I guess. Bit like a capsule hotel, except rougher. It's a neon sleep crate, so... Anything up here? No. See if we can't get in through the warehouse. You managed to persuade me to a low level, ended up violent, guess who has disables outfit now. That certainly works. They do look a bit dodgy, that's for sure. Ooh, this is a cool environment already. Well, if there's a way in, I'm not quite sure I can see it yet. Neon's definitely cool. Load zone. Ow. Ah, gravity's 1-to-1 with Earth. That's interesting. I feel like somewhere up here there should, or somewhere in here there ought to be a way to sneak in, but I'm not seeing one right now. I think this might be some way connected to a different mission. Quest thing. If there is a way through, I'm not immediately seeing it. Maybe I'm thinking a little bit too Dishonored here, or I'm in the wrong place. You think there would be an alternative to paying for it, though? Like, what if I haven't got 5 grand? Well then, eh? I mean, odds of you not having 5 grand by the time you get to value pretty low. Follow. But, still. Well, if there's a way through, I ain't seen it. Might be a stealable key, yeah. I was looking for a back door or something. Stealable key I'd be happy with as well. There's no up there kind of vibes to that, so...
Too bad I can't squeeze any Aurora from this fish.
Sleep crate. That's it, just a window.
How much longer I can survive.
Okay. Elevator there.
I'd be making a fortune.
It's definitely Night City vibes and cyberpunk vibes, this, but it also reminds me of something else, but I can't quite put my finger on what.
It's getting pretty late.
We get it, you have chunks. Bethesda posted something the other day about there isn't up here, huh? Interesting. About a recipe in how to make chocolate chunks. Somebody had kind of put together, which did look very, very good.
Something that I don't.
And so. You've seen Navy fatigues for starters, which I thought might be a bit more interesting, but apparently not. Got a whole bunch of stuff and nobody saw me doing it. Okay. So I don't think anybody saw me doing it. So this is where I need to break into somehow. I'm still not seeing a way in. That big ass dome would be the source of power. No back door up here or anything. Look at that. But there are more stairs, so let's keep going up and see what we can find. That went from weird to weirder there, I think, guys. A convenient roof over the top of the main area, just to provide separate load zones for it. Well, that's cool. A neat, relatively neat job of having that thing cut the rain off. As you transition from underneath it to outside, the rain starts up again. However, it does rather look like I'm going to have to find a way in from inside. Still don't really want to pay her $5 grand to get in there. Feels a little unreasonable. Give it a go.
I like to spray. Sometimes with paint, other times with bullets.
Yeah, I really did wonder where the heck that line of dialogue was going. Well, Disciple's pretty easy to recognise in those outfits. I'm exceedingly tempted to shoot him.
You good?
What's up?
Don't mind me.
Haven't seen the leech in a while. You think the city got them all?
Nothing beats getting zoned in the members' lounge.
Spray. Sometimes with paint, other times.
No funny business.
I'm an artist. See you soon.
Just kind of hoping I might be able to talk him into giving me what I wanted, but...
If you're planning on using Aurora, we respectfully ask you do so in the members. Certainly. Now you do understand that the fee is for unlimited use and that it's non-refundable.
So I'm gonna have to concede, because if it's... Perks and Members Lounge?
Will you be able to experience one of the most exclusive Aurora lounges in Neon? You also have access to our private bar. The bartender down there is a personal friend of mine, and he sells some rather unique items.
Yeah, that's an interesting hazard to be aware of, for sure, Steve. I'm not sure...
May all your journeys be safe.
I'm going to go ahead and assume it's not quite what it seems like. Doesn't look like there is a way in, short of pain, which...
Really pack a punch.
Come in and let your... May I recommend a chimera?
No, what's to do with the chimera? This one, huh? Persuasion chance, damage resistance, reduced O2 recovery. Right, let's
Certainly.
give in.
Excellent. Then please let us know of anything. You're always welcome here.
Give me my money back.
Take it easy.
I feel like maybe it should have been a bit more aggressive, but...
Sure, shaking down shop owners is all good, but I'm just waiting for him to try and resist.
Okay, bartender, Q, what have you
Hello
got?
there. On behalf of Euphorica, I welcome you to our members' lounge. I'll be happy to provide whatever you need from our private bar to enhance your experience. Can I get you anything? Some Aurora, perhaps?
Is it illegal to purchase Aurora?
Don't concern yourself. You can rest assured that purchasing Aurora from this establishment is not only safe, it's completely legal.
Not for me right now.
Of course. No purchases are required. You more than... We also offer an assortment of beverages.
So we have on the menu. Aurora. And a load of bees. How did you end up here?
Begging your pardon, I find that fraternizing with the customers can lead to problems. I prefer my private life remain my own. No offense intended. Thank you. Let me know.
You're not going to be able to run a bar, a members lounge like that with regular customers and not have a long-term back and forth dialogue with them if you want your job to be successful. Yeah, he's keeping his mouth shut. Is not in line with his work. That's a little unrealistic. You'd have regular customers that get to know you, they'd want to get to know you, and they'd want a backward and forward. Like him going, yeah, I don't share personal information at all with customers. Don't get me wrong, you need a line in there, you don't share everything. But if you don't at least share some, then you're going to end up with a bad reputation with the customers, which sooner or later are going to end up with either you being out of a job because they fire you for it, or because... Weird, my connection dropped out for a minute there, I think. Some kind of former bartender, something like that. Maybe not quite in this scenario, but, you know, not in the least classy of places either. Right, tell me anything about Amy Kumiko. Now that is something he should be refusing to do.
Miss Komiko is a dangerous person who's involved herself in illicit activities.
That is very, very stupid for the opposite side of the same reasons I was discussing before.
Micah for her own nefarious purposes. Nothing would make me feel more relieved than their relationship coming to an end.
How much you know about their relationship?
They met about a year ago when Miss Komiko visited Euphorica to purchase some Aurora. At first, they seemed very happy together, but recently, Miss Komiko's become more abrasive, and the two have been a bit distant from one another. Micah thinks they're in love, but I'm concerned that she's becoming a pawn in Miss Komiko's criminal activities. I can't bear to see Micah's heart be led astray.
Oh dear.
I trust one day she'll find a woman who will give her the love and respect that she deserves.
Yeah, you don't sound like you're thinking for anybody else, really. Person's a little bit weird. How do you know she's involved in illicit
It doesn't take a
activities?
genius to deduce that there's some sort of illegal activity going on involving Miss Komiko and Benjamin Bayou. They've met down here in the members' lounge on more than one occasion, and frankly, they don't even attempt to be discreet about their discussions. I overheard them arguing about electrical components, delivery dates, and huge amounts of credits being split between them.
Because Bayou is actually the CEO of the company, just under a false name. Well, they'd like you to be rid of her for
Oh
long.
my goodness! I trust I haven't convinced you to kill her? That's not what I meant at all. All I want is for her to be out of Micah's life, presumably by getting as far away from Neon as possible.
How about prison? Does that do the job?
Let me know if you'd like any Aurora.
So the only thing anybody seems to give a shit about selling it, or has he got a commission for it?
You good?
Syndicate gangster. Syndicate gangster. Hey, Yumi, come and go. I'm going to sit down here.
Yeah. What do you want?
Does look a bit young to be the chief operating officer of a big company like this, especially a power generating company on like the sole source of power for somewhere like Neon. But on the other hand, yeah, stranger things.
Before you continue,
Nepotism notwithstanding.
let me save you some time. If you're having a problem with your power or complain about your rates, you need to contact our customer service department. Anything else?
Who will tell you to fuck off. I need a way into the Genodyne power facility.
You must be zoned out of your mind, because there's no way anyone sober would say something like that.
It's the Crimson Fleet asking, not me. Don't have time for this right now. Would it help if I was in the pay? How many others evidence of your scheme with Bayo ends up on SSNN?
How the hell did you find that? It was Estelle Vincent, wasn't it? That bitch.
How would you know
I
that?
should have kept that somewhere else. Here, take this pass. It should get you through the storage room entry to the facility. I'm warning you though. Once you're inside, you're trespassing in a high security zone. That means they shoot on sight. Good luck. You're going to need it.
So I'm going to need some kind of uniform. What do you do for Genodyne?
What is this? A job interview? I'm the COO of the company, second to the top, right under our esteemed CEO, Mr. Harada, also known as Benjamin Bayou. So when you ask me what I do for Genodyne, the answer is nothing. The Bayous run the show, and I tread water. The salary helps, of course, but at the end of the day, I'm just a joke. Sitting in an office
That
to make
explains
things
a lot.
look legitimate.
I'm trying to remember this because the two Bays are fairly similar names. She's supposed to be in a public relationship with the Bay brother, not the administrator one, the other one. But presumably that's just some kind of, I don't know, either false rumor or front, I guess. Why does Benjamin Bayou have to hide the fact that he's CEO?
Keeps him off the Freestar Collective's radar. They might actually step in if they discover that the same person controlling the city's regulations and bylaws benefits financially from them. If you haven't figured it out by now, Benjamin has a stranglehold on the city. You can't take a piss without him charging you after flush. Try and get in his way, and then he uses Neon security to beat you senseless, or the Sioga Syndicate to make you disappear.
Well then, that's interesting. bet they crop up again in the Freestar Collective Freestar Rangers line. I could imagine there being two kind of... I don't know if there are or not, I'm just guessing it. But I could see there being two kind of threads to that Freestar Rangers storyline. One focused more on Aquila and one on Neon. That would work well. And it would also align with there being two threads to the Vanguard, which we're doing at the moment. Not much love for how things are progressing. Genodyne, something personal going on. Not much love for things are going at the company.
If you had to work with Grayson Bayou,
That's
you'd
the younger
understand.
brother.
The man is still a totally incompetent fool, and he's running our company into the ground. The worst part of it is that he's Administrator Bayou's brother. So I can't fire him. I can't reassign him. I can't even yell at him. It's like having a cut on your body, and you're helplessly watching yourself bleed to death. Except in our case, we're hemorrhaging money.
Yeah, but you're also involved in Bayou's scheme and propping it up. She probably hasn't got a lot of choice, but yeah.
I suppose if I don't explain, a copy of that recording you found might end up on the next SSNN report.
It might.
Okay, fair enough. A few years back, the previous CEO of Genodyne went missing. As the COO, I was next in line for the job.
Interesting. And as in fell into the ocean, I'm guessing.
Bayou muscled his way into the company and gave me an ultimatum. Either back up his bullshit Mr. Harada identity, or I'm gone. I had no choice. But I decided right then and there, I was going to do whatever I could to take what was rightfully mine. If that meant seducing Bayou to tip him off balance, then so be it. Luckily for me, Mike has been incredibly understanding about the whole thing.
Interesting. What happened to the previous COO?
What do you think happened? Bayou started sticking his nose into Genodyne's business, all but outright demanding a cut of the profits. In response, the CEO made a huge mistake by threatening to take his grievances to the FC. His shuttle never arrived. Need I say more?
Unlikely pair. She must be pointing. Let's have someone aside. You seem an unlikely pair.
No, we're polar opposites, but we share a unique bond. Micah is the only person in this godforsaken city that's kept me from going completely under. She doesn't want money, doesn't use me for influence or as a stepping stone to get ahead. She loves me for being me, and I love her for being the same. And when this stupid bullshit is over, and Bayou is 10 fathoms deep under Neon, we'll be there.
Kind of willing to help her with that.
Forever. I just know this is gonna come back to bite me on the ass. I just know it.
Well, kind of. I see. The members' lounge and the bathroom looks like that, huh? Yep, shutting Barrett in there, mostly because why not? Imagine buying a 5k pass to exclusive members of Struggle Lounge and so you can complain to the CEO of the local power company about the power outages. Yeah, that would be a bit insane. Also, you don't exactly get a lot for your 5k. You get access to another bar that sells drugs on top of the booze that the other place sells, and somewhere peaceful to get a high in with a bathroom. That's about it.
Probably some sort of Earth.
Micah knows how to make a drink.
Epside is ours. Strike.
I bet the bathroom is a bold choice. Yeah, especially when your customers are off their tree. I kind of got the impression that she was having a relationship with the younger brother, but I guess not.
That's up control. Rather be doing this than getting mixed up with the gangs.
So, unsurprisingly, down there apparently is where we need to go next. And this is taking a little bit longer than I was expecting. Not terribly surprising with a late arrival, well, first arrival on Neon, and a little bit of a look around the place. And I have no doubt we'll be coming back here quite a lot later on, but I think we'll continue this particular series of events next time on Wednesday, as, yeah, it is getting a bit late already. So I'm going to need to hit that one, don't I? Nice. And I'll head on out. Whew. So that was interesting. Cool to have a little look around Neon. I think I've got a feeling it's going to turn out to be a bit smaller than I hoped. We'll see when we have a look at a few other areas. There's the under area. I found 2 sides so far of excuse me, of the outer city. I forget what it's called. I'm guessing there's a bit more to it. But yeah, I feel like New Atlantis is the biggest one they've got, but not that massive. It's not small, but it's not that massive in some ways either. The layout's a bit weird. You've just got the upper area and the spaceport and the well, but I don't know. I find it all a bit strange, but still. You had a little bit more going on, maybe I'd feel a bit more city-like, but then, yeah, there's technical struggles, I suppose, for that as well, which the game already struggles with. And then you've got Sardonia's quite small, but as is the place on Gagarin, and I'm guessing Hopetown is also very small, and they're all around about similar. Sardonia is very, very small, actually, to be fair, isn't it? And then you've got sort of loads of little settlements around, which is cool. And Aquila's a decent size, but obviously not as big in New Atlantis, and I'm guessing Neon is the smallest of the 3, but interesting, I don't know. Density of content. Yeah, I can imagine it's a pretty dense area. Be interesting to see. I'll have a bit more of a poke around it in, well, possibly next time, but certainly in the future. And compact, yeah. We'll see what happens when we get into it. Either way, it'll be fun to sort of explore this a little bit further. I guess we're going to have to try and avoid getting spotted down there, or find a uniform and disguise ourselves. Like we did last time. Big game, but some of it's a bit on the shallow side. Yeah, a little bit more depth would definitely be nice. You know, we'll see what DLCs and additional content added on down the line does for it. There's definitely potentials for them to add more depth to it and more areas. And who knows what will happen with subsequent releases as well. As they had a lot to establish, as well as building a new engine and stuff, so a lot of new sort of mechanics and systems and stuff. And then a whole world, a universe, and all of its lore to establish as well, which is no small thing to be building up. In fact, it's a massive, complex, and extremely difficult thing to be building up, so yeah. We'll have to see how it goes. Yeah, we'll dive back into this on Wednesday. Anyway, tomorrow we have a switchover day in Fallout, so I'll jump into Fallout. We'll run around, do a load of challenges, and see what's occurring. If you haven't seen it already, I put a video up tonight on my shelter build, the what's it called, the root cellar. So that came out rather well. If you would like to take a look at that. And we got some news on the Fallout TV show, which I also put a little short video up on as well. So if you want to check out a very rare short that I do, I'm not going to make a habit out of doing them, but given that it was fairly, well, short, it seemed to fit. So yeah, if you want to check that out, have a gander. And we'll dive back into all of this tomorrow, which should be cool. Consequence of owning content spread out across the settled systems. Yeah, that's definitely true, Gray. Also, like, some of it's a time thing and scale as well. They could eventually build it up to the point where there was a lot more going on in more places, but it'd take a very long time to write and then, you know, program and everything else that goes on to making the game and do all the art and everything else for all of that extra content as well, you know. The more they put into it, the more difficult it gets. DLCs and stuff will probably expand it. We'll see how far that goes. See if it adds other locations and things, and we'll see what Starfield 2 does eventually when the time comes, because is it going to be the same space in the settled systems? Is it going to be set way further off in the future in a different part of the set when humanity's expanded beyond the settled systems? I don't know. Are we going to add new cities, new areas? Could end up with quite a massive thing going on. Need a proper underground city on an uninhabited world. So, yeah, the surface is barely able to support life, but there's way more going on. Well, yeah. Sedania's supposed to have part of that vibe, isn't it? Not fully underground. It's kind of in a crater that's closed over at the top, really, I think, as well as being underground. It's a weird mixture of the two, but yeah, there's definitely stuff they can be doing to expand on it. I don't know how much they'll actually be able to do that, though, like I say. There's a lot of room for a lot more to Starfield, but achieving that is a hell of a big ask when you sort of think about everything that will go into it. And it took them, what, 4 years after... I mean, yeah, 5 years? 4 years? 5 years? It was 5 years, nearly, to produce this first game, so with everything that's in it as it is. So imagine how many more years it would have taken to add even more content. Anyway, still enjoying it, having a lot of fun to dive into it. Yeah, I think they'll definitely be able to do a fair bit. I imagine there's potential for DLCs to have more in them through that, using the technology they've created than perhaps might have been previously possible. So hopefully they come up with something cooler. We'll see what happens. Anyway, folks, I'm going to head off for the evening. So as I say, around about 8 o'clock tomorrow, we'll dive into Fallout, have a bit of fun with that. And yeah, we'll pick Starfield up again on Wednesday, which should be cool. So until then, have yourselves a good rest of your evening. Thank you for hanging out. Look after yourselves, stay safe. Do hit all those buttons if you haven't already. Check out the links, social media, merch store, all that good stuff. And yeah, channel memberships if you haven't and you're interested. Always appreciated. Do have a gander. And I will catch you. Yeah, oh, check out those 2 new videos as well. Cool stuff that came up. Yes, it will be interesting to see how this goes into 6. That will be very interesting to see. What little rumours and things they've said about their plans for that game. Interesting. It sounds like they're planning to go pretty damned big with Dead 6 too, so that could be quite interesting. Anyway, folks, have yourselves a good one. I'll catch you all tomorrow night. See you then. Have a good one. Yeah. Night.